I know from my woman just the other day, say you got to return on home. Come on, baby, 'cause I need my love, I need my squeeze, need my love, yeah, all night long. I need my love, yeah, need my squeeze, my love, all night long. Yes, 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 yes. Good night, good night. I'll never love this way again. Dionne Warwick on Gem FM. Welcome, everyone, to Intimacy in Marriage. I'm sitting in tonight for Minister Joan Walker. I'm just awaiting the rest of the crew to come on in. But you'll see my face in the place in a short while. But I'll never love this way again. Dionne Warwick.
Hold on. A fool will lose tomorrow, reaching back for yesterday. I won't turn my head in sorrow if you should go away. I'll stand here and remember just how good it's been. And I know I'll never love this way again. I know I'll never love this way again. So I keep holding on before the good is gone. I know I'll never love this way again. Hold on, hold on, hold on. I know I'll never love this way again, so I keep holding on before the good is gone. I know I'll never love this way again. Hold on, hold on. I know I'll never love this way again, so I keep holding on before the good is gone.
If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my baby? If I were a miller and the mill should drive me, would you miss your lover man? Your soft shoe shiner, yes. Oh, sweet baby. If a tinker were my trade, would you still find me? Absolutely, yes, I would. Come give me your tomorrow. If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my baby? Oh, baby. See my love through loneliness. See my love through sorrow. I'm giving you my onlyness. Come give me your tomorrow. Yes. Oh, baby. Well, well, well. If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my babies? If I were a miller and the mill should grind me, would you miss your lover man? Your soft shoe shine. See my love to loneliness, see my love to sorrow. I'm giving you my holiness. Come give me your tomorrow. Oh, yeah, yeah. Well, well, well. If I were a carpenter and you were a lady, would you marry me anyway? Would you have my babies? If I were a miller and the mill should grind me, would you miss your lover, man? Your soul should shine. Well, your soul should shine.
That night we met, I'll never forget that night. That night we kissed. How could I forget? You helped me make it. Help me make it through that night. You bring me happiness. You made me cry. Since that night, I just wanted you. That night we met, I had no regrets. You changed my life overnight. You took my troubles and turn them to happiness. You give me everything a woman can dream about. Since that night, I just wanted you. You help me make it, help me make it through that night. You give me everything a woman can dream about. Since that night, I just wanted you. Since that night, I just wanted you. Since that night, I just wanted you. Since that night, I just wanted you.
times in my lifetime, I've been around, yeah. Honestly, I've been on the wildest rides, but I'm older now, and maybe I should slow it down. But I'm not gonna lie and say I don't love the way you feel when I'm doing my thing.
Yes, a pleasant good night, a pleasant good night to you. And yes, this is Gem FM. I'm your host, the Sheriff, yours truly, John Callis. Welcome to Intimacy in Marriage. Yes. Well, the original hostess is not here tonight, so I'm sitting in for her. And I had to come up with a question for us tonight. And I hope that you will participate with me tonight. There's other persons that's also come on here tonight. We are waiting their arrival as well. But in the meantime and twin time, we will continue. Yes, with the show. The show must go on, they say. All right. So I'm gonna take it off. I'm gonna keep on ticking away while I'm waiting for the other crew members to come and join me here on Developing Intimacy in Marriage Tonight show. And the question I have had here for us, it deals with the topic: what are the most common conversations you have had with your spouse? Most uncomfortable conversation ever had with your spouse? And before I go any further, I just want to open up with a word of prayer, because that's how we do it here, okay? Father, we thank you for yet another Tuesday night when we could come to this station with the opportunity to talk to your people, the world, to talk about your institution of marriage and the pitfalls, the rise and falls, the do's and the don'ts. And for those who are getting married, those who are planning to get divorced, and those who are thinking of getting into a relationship, we pray to God that our discussion here tonight will enlighten and transform and cause others to take a second look at the decisions that they're going to make tonight, going into the future. So, Father, into your hands I commend this show, that it may bless, people may be blessed, and you will get the glory. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen. Well, that's it. That's how I am. And we're here. And we're going to keep on clicking. Yes, I say keep on. Good night to you. Good night. Good night. Let me say good night to the folks I'm seeing here. Please love, like, and share. Share the live. Share the live. Don't keep it to yourself. Share it so somebody else could actually come on with you and watch the show with you. All right? You don't want to keep it all to yourself. Don't keep a good secret to yourself. You know? So come on. Disha Smith, good night to you. And welcome. Glad to have you here with us again tonight. Disha Smith, Florence Samuel, and Miss Callis is here. Thank you so much. Blessings to all of you. Come on in. Bring some people on here. Let's talk about love, sex, money, and marriage. Yes, all of that we got to talk about tonight. Yeah. So the question is, and it's still up there, what are the most common conversations you have had with your spouse, whether you're married or not married? Come on now. Now, let me even go there, because I have a different perception. My perceptions on marriage is different to what they do now. But nevertheless, what are the most uncomfortable, common issues in a relationship that you find hard to talk to your husband about or your wife about, or what you find difficult to talk to them about? Let's talk about that tonight. All right, let's hear from you. All right, Teller, we'll keep you up later. All right, take in another song right here. Julie Boucher, right here on Gem FM. While we wait, taking you back in time, ladies and gentlemen. You close the door. Sometimes you close the door on somebody, yeah? Never close the door on nobody. But I need them later on.
You close the door between us to keep me far apart. You gave up my me. I can't forget the way we used to be. Oh, baby, my love, love was true to you. Oh, baby, you never know, sweet baby, how much it hurts inside. Now that you found someone new, I know it's goodbye. Oh, baby, my love, love was true to you. Oh, baby, you never know, sweet baby, how much it hurt inside. And now that you found someone new, I know it's goodbye.
Well, one person said infidelity is one of the things that you find it. I'll probably talk about commonly or find it hard to talk about in the marriage. Was it hard to talk about, or the most common thing is that is spoken about in your marriage? Infidelity. A lot of people are uncomfortable talking about that. Yes, they don't want to talk about it. I had this conversation. Yeah. So what about you? Infidelity. That's one. And you know, a lot of times people don't really want to talk about that in their relationship. Yes, it become one of the hardest thing for people to talk about because what they say, only guilty free, right? So, what is it that you find most uncomfortable? The most common thing that you would discuss with your spouse in your relationship, whether money, like sister said, infidelity. Could be sex, and a lot of times people don't want to discuss the sex issues in the marriage. It's a big problem, especially men. Yes, when a man becomes sexually impotent, and he can't perform as he used to in his early 30s, late 30s, 40s, and he can't hit to 50, less performance, and the wife knows it. She knows, and the discussion is not something that is readily happening. Both people remain silent and don't really talk about it. It happens a lot of times. But in this modern era, there is help. So men, don't be afraid. Women, don't be afraid. Talk to him, and find the most suitable time to have that conversation, because at the end of the day, you want to still maintain and obtain better from your spouse, right? It makes sense to have that conversation. That money conversation, that sex conversation, that communication conversation. All right? And one of the biggest drawback in communicating is one person hearing but not listening. Let me explain this. I could hear you but not listening to you. And sometimes we miscommunicate because she's talking to you and say, yeah, okay, I get it. But you never listen to the details of what she's going to say or what he's going to say. All right, mental health is another thing. So a lot of stuff mental health. And a man sex life could change dramatically through his mental health. And a man can't provide for his family. Unemployment could be a big problem for a man who can't provide anymore that when he used to be the big breadwinner. His wife not working, he's not providing enough, he's not working. That's a problem. So how do you discuss unemployment in the family, in the relationship? When one spouse is not working, and when both people home and trying to get a job and things, cash is running low, how do you fix it? How you talk about what do you find it comfortable to talk about money in the relationship, right? So that is another thing. So I want to hear from you guys. Talk to me. So mental health is one thing. Cleopatra Richards, good night to you. Kenny C, good night. Good night. Florence Samuel, good night to you as well. Welcome. Share the live. Share the live. Love and like and share. Love, like and share. Hit that like button. Hit that love button. Hit the share button. Let's talk about that tonight. Because sometimes we don't talk about the things that really affect us and we let it fester and just die on us. So sex, money, and communication. That is a key thing in a lot of relationships. Okay? So infidelity, mental health, that's two from one person thus far. Talk to me. Let's talk. I'll take another song in the meantime, in twin time. I want to hear from you. What is it? What are your thoughts on that? All right, Kenny Rogers, lady.
Thank you very much. I have a new single that's been out maybe 10 days or so. For those of you who have not heard it, I will tell you that it was written and produced by a young man named Lionel Richie of the Commodores. And it's called Lady. Lady, I'm your knight in shining armor, and I love you. You have made me what I am. I am yours. My love, there's so many ways I want to say I love you. Let me hold you in my arms forevermore. You have gone and made me such a fool. I'm so lost in your love, and oh, we belong together. Won't you believe in my song? Lady, for so many years I thought I'd never find you.
Yeah, lady.
You have come into my life and made me whole. Forever, let me wait to see you each and every morning.
Yeah.
Let me hear you whisper softly
Yeah.
in my ear. In my eyes, I see no one else but you. There's no other love like I love. And yes, oh yes, I'll always want you near me. I've waited for you for so long. Lady, your love's the only love I need. And beside me is where
mental health.
You're my lady.
Yeah, you are my lady. Kenny Rogers on Gem FM, developing intimacy in marriage. So yes, my question still remains: what are the most uncomfortable thing you discuss with your spouse? The most common thing you talk about? And Dishelle Smith says here, infidelity and mental health. And a lot of times people don't really want to talk about the mental health. And it is real. It is real. Mental health issue is real. Even though I have my different perception and my way of thinking on that, it's a real situation for a lot of people. But yes, that should be discussed, mental health, because some people could be affected by what circumstances are happening to them. It could be unemployment, could affect their mental health. It could be some, apart from just being mentally disturbed, we could be common by unemployment, lack of money, infidelity could cause mental illness. Yes. One spouse, there is, and I'm glad you make that point here, Michelle, because 1992, I met this lady at Parkway Mall in Scarborough, and I had a conversation with her, but I saw something in her that was different than when I knew her previously. Our conversation was like, she was an older lady, but she had a digression. She had regress in a state of being. And of course, we had the conversation. We was talking, and she said, my husband dating a young girl, and the whole story. And I said, what are you gonna do? And she went on to say many things about him and the girl that was a friend, and she trying to dress like, to become, to compete with that other woman, to make herself relevant to her husband, attractive again to him. But he already moved on to that other person. So she kept trying to dress young, and so she tried doing things that, and I noticed that she was trying to bring herself into that space of competition. And I said to her, just go ahead and live your life nice. Just do it right, do yourself right. And she said, what do you mean? I said, I've been very honest to her. I said, look, man, after listening to her, I said, look, take care of yourself in the proper way. Be you, do you right. Somebody else go find something good on your tree. You know what I mean? Yeah, we had this conversation. I saw a couple years afterwards, and she was really gone. So be careful of what you become when your spouse let you down. Don't ingest it. Let it, back, we say let it be like kalalu. Let it run off your back. It's easy to say for me, but I want to let us know a secret, because sometimes when you take on things like that, it does not put you in a better place. So you have to figure out really quick that I'm going to be better. I am good enough to be me. I'm better than this. Make up your mind today that you're going to be this person. Better than. So when he sees you, or when she sees you, she sees you at a higher level than you left, or he left. Never put yourself down. Always elevate when your relation crash. Okay? You must, at that point of crashing, you must be like a spacecraft. You reach critical mass, you'll learn to take off on your own. Elevate yourself. Do better, have better, go stronger, go harder, go higher. Don't let those things keep you down. Yes, it will hurt you. Yes, it will be there. Because you might invest a lot into the relationship, in your marriage. But go higher. Don't stoop. Don't falter. Don't go down. Go higher. All right. This tells me say not being able to have children. That is a big thing. That's a real big one. And sometimes men married to women who have a past that is not have not been discussed pre-marriage. And sometimes a woman may born that way if she can't have children. She born barren. And sometimes through abortion she can't have no more children. It's a fact. Yeah? Perhaps she have 2-3 abortions, third one, fourth one, she can't have any more. Some people then choose not to have because they put a career before them, and then when they try to marry, they 45, 47 years, and You meet this guy who have no children, want to have, you love them, like them, want to be them, but they can't have no children. He want to have children. That's a problem. So I'm advising, like I said to my daughter, don't until you get old and gray to start having children. I'll give you some grandchildren early. Not that I want to go out there and just have sex with anybody and have a child. Do it in the proper way. But don't wait until you get old and you can't have children, because the man could be 50 and still shooting, 60 and still shooting, 70 and still shooting. Okay? But at that time now you can't produce anymore. So make sure you have a children before you're 40, before you're 35. Yes? Make sure you have them early. And the thing about it is your biological clock as a woman will start dwindling away. So that needs to be taken care of. Okay? Don't be shy. Deal with it. And have the discussion. If you know that you can't have children, let the man that you're with know that you can't have children early. So he will know what position to get. He's a man who want to have children, he can love you, but you want to have children. You want to have children of his own. And if he can't have with you, he will go. Because he will find somebody else to give that love you have to. He will do that. Okay? So if he has children already and you doesn't have and you don't want, he might say, okay, fine, I love you, and let's go. Let's keep going. All right? There's much to do. You say there's much more to this than I have a child with you. I have two already. I'm cool. You could adopt them. You could become part of their life, and we're good to go. But what about he who have no children and you cannot have children because of a fault of yours? You make a decision. You sacrifice your children, having children, to having a career. And then you get your doctorate, you get your PhD, you get your master's. And you're 45, 46, and you can't have no children. What would you do? And I've heard this conversation on a YouTube channel with some sisters, black sisters, who were saying that they're sorry they ever sacrificed having children over a career. If they know what they knew now, that they would have have the children, taken the classes while they're pregnant, while they were able to have the children still do classes. But they're not thinking that, like, they feel the children go handbug them, will keep them back from achieving what they want. But if you're a dreamer, you believe in what you believe in, you keep on pushing. And that's why it is important to know who you're going to get married to. This guy that's going to get you pregnant, you want to have children with, he must understand. And he must happen to be sacrificing a lot of things too, to stay with why is he go to school to help you with the children. Okay, so that's a big thing. So that is one thing. So what else that is uncomfortable for you to talk about? Sex, money? How about money? How comfortable it is to discuss money with your partner? Because a lot of people get into marriage and they do not have that conversation about money with his partner. They don't discuss sex with their partner. And I think that most of you probably seen me send out a clipping today, and the two sisters asked the brother about infidelity, right? And one of the things that was discussed is why the women stop being the woman they used to be before marriage or before they move in. There's a slam drum bomb everywhere with him, and all of a sudden they get married and they become old maids. They don't want to do the things that they used to do before. And let me say this because when a woman have children, the man has to start having children, there are a lot of things that have to be done, and they pick up the bigger portion of the children, rearing those children than the men. And this is no joke. This is truth. When from the cradle, from inception, from conception to birth and beyond, the woman is one that carries the burden of the children. Most 90% of the time, 99% of the time. Let me put it 99. Right? These are the hands that rock the cradle. And I say this to say too that a lot of the male factors that imprison are raised by women. So the question is, if you are good and concerned, why the children, your male children, come out the way they come out? You was responsible for raising them. You had them to care for them before they turned 10. You had them from 1 to 10, 1 to 15. You was the one to instill the values that you hold dear to your heart to them. Let them know how to treat a woman. Teach them how to treat a woman. How to prepare, how to care for them. Because you are a mother. You're setting up a son to be a successful husband and a father. So where did you drop the ball? So let me see if my cruiser has arrived. If they have arrived, I didn't see them yet. Okay, I guess they'll come soon. All right. So, what are the for those who are joining? Glenda Hope, good night. Welcome. Haven't seen you in many years. Haven't seen, but I know I see you on the live sometimes, but I haven't seen you in a long time. Blessings to you. So yes, we're talking about what are the most common or uncomfortable thing that you have discussed with your partner or your spouse. And let me say, let me put this in here because sometimes we we are afraid to talk to our partner about our past life. We don't want to talk about it, and nobody should pressure anybody to talk about it. It should be a common, simple thing. If you love the person, and you feel the person love you into you, and you're living together, and you consider yourself to be one flesh, one body, one mind, you should talk, and with no judgment, but help. Okay, you should be able to help your spouse recover, to come out of that state of mind that they're in. That's your helpmate on both sides. You helping her, she helping you, right? And that would be a great thing to have happen to foster a stronger relationship. But if you do not, and if you start judging her because of her past, and you know, a lot of times, I think I was listening to a tape earlier before I came on here about body counts, and other men who sleep with many women, they're not considered that. They consider to be studs. But women who have a lot of men, they call them sluts. They call them all kind of names, right? And I had a conversation with a friend yesterday, and we was talking about Beyonce's father and his mistress. And she made a point to say something like, he a serial cheater? Yeah, something like that. A serial cheater. And I laughed my head off because first time, you hear a serial killer, serial this, serial robber, but this one serial cheater. And I was thinking like, oh my goodness, that's a new terminology for that. But yeah, so abuse. And again, sometimes women don't want to talk about the abusive life within the relationship. And I always plug in this here because abusive men, I have no tolerance for them. I have no tolerance for abusive men. I have seen enough in my lifetime to know that this is not a good thing. I also understand that the Bible teaches us that a man must not abuse his wife. You have to love her. You have to present her unto himself without spot, without wrinkle, without blemish. All of that is saying don't abuse your wife. Love her is the biggest command. Love her as Christ loved the church and gave his life for it. So the man must be willing to make a sacrifice for everything that his wife wants. He is the one, not she. He is the one. So abuse, financial abuse, physical abuse, verbal abuse, all of these things should not be taking place in your marriage or in your relationship. You should be loving your wife enough as yourself. Treating her good as how you want you to be treated. Right? So if you're being honest to yourself, you gotta be honest to your wife, your girlfriend, whoever you're living with, who you'll be with. Honesty. Right? And trust factor is another thing. Right? And it could be trustworthy or not. It could be abusive. In many cases, men become very abusive. As I speak to you tonight, over 3,000 women will be going to a shelter tonight. And accompanying those women tonight is over 2,940 children will accompany the mother to a shelter tonight. Every 6 days, a woman is killed in Canada. Every 6 days. Think about that. And a woman is killed within 24 hours of a separation from Yeah? Her intimate partner. The man who loved her, or claimed he had loved her, will kill her within 24 hours of separation. So every 6 days. In England, I think it's every 3 days. And he says it's every 3 women every hour. Every 3 women for the week. Yeah? In a 6 day period. 3 women. In Canada, every 6 days, 1. 52 women a year will be killed in Canada by the intimate partner. Men do get abused as well. Don't get me wrong, they do get abused, but they don't report it. Because the fact that they feel humiliated by the people they report it to. Who, you? A big man is making your wife abuse you? Yeah, he does. Women do abuse their husbands. I remember a joke where somebody asked a question and he said, all the men who are controlled by the wife stand up. So the men stand up. This one man didn't stand up. He said, why? He said, my wife told me don't stand up. You know? So again, that shows how much control you have over him. Kenny C. Glenda. So ladies and gentlemen, yeah, so I'm here. I'm still lonely. I'm all by myself here tonight. Not much ladies here. And the panel with me tonight, I'm here. All of this behind my back, they are missing in action. Veronica? Yeah, she's missing. All right, ladies. I think they're watching the Trump debate. I don't have the appetite for Americanized lies and propaganda. I'm telling you about fact because they already know who the president is going to be. The electoral college, people already decide who the president is going to be. All they're doing is just making what they call in local parlance, mawet. Having people rouse up for nothing. They already know who's going to be the president of the United States and when. So I'm not going to even follow them on that. Because they don't want to go talk anything, the Congress and the Senate who are going to make decisions and they're going to sign this stuff. It's not something that I'm thrilled about, so I'm not really following. For discussion's sake, yes, I'll watch it after my show. My show is more important than that. And I will talk for thank you for those who have been here tonight watching this show. It's a more educational show than the Trump debate. I'm telling you right now. All right. Hold on to what you got. This is Gem FM. I'm your host, the Sheriff, yours truly, John Kellis. Dennis Brown. Hold on to what you got.
Well, yeah. All right. Ooh, yeah, yeah. squeeze it, and need another. Oh, Lord. Have you ever been in love? Well, have you ever been in love?
Yeah, Dennis Brown, hold on to what you got. Tonight we're talking about you and your spouse. What is the most uncomfortable thing that you have discussed, or the most common thing you have discussed with your spouse? And we have a few mentions here by Dishelle Smith. She says infidelity, mental health, not being able to have children, and abuse. And abuse could be a range of things: financial abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, all of these things. Financial abuse is a big one. So all of these things are uncomfortable or common things that one discusses with their spouse. So what are the most uncomfortable things? Those are, apart from Daniel, Dishelle has given a list here, and that each one could be discuss a particular different item on this show here tonight. Infidelity. This is something that really, really hurts a lot of women and men. Men probably try to take it in harder, bunks of the show a little bit, but they really do get affected by a cheating spouse. Yes, women be more emotional about infidelity. Once a woman finds out that her husband or her man has a relationship with somebody else, she will lose it. She will go bananas, right? Also, with that being said, if he has a child in the relationship, right, what's one thing to be cheating, and then there is a child in the midst of all of that, the game changes. Yeah, the game changes. There's no longer there is a problem, and that person will file for divorce or separate from the spouse. Yeah. Either way, it will happen. I remember a couple of years ago we asked a question on this show. If once you're married, your wife has a child by someone else, what will you do? If your husband has a child by someone else, while is married, what will you do? And the answers was varied. What can you do? Some people says, no, I would not accept. I will leave the marriage. And some people say, well, what could I do? You love your wife, right? And if you love your wife and she made a mistake, you will be happy if it was you to accept, for her to be accepting you back in her life, despite you have a child outside of the marriage. Infidelity. That was a big thing for many people. So let me hear what do you think about infidelity. How does it affect your mental state? How does that cause you to have, what effect does it have on your relationship with your spouse once your husband have an affair? Infidelity become a big thing for you. How would you react to that, knowing that he now has a child outside of the marriage? I found that you have a relationship with somebody else. What is your reaction to that? So let me hear from you. Marcel Antoine, good night. How are you doing, my sister? from a different mother, from a same spiritual father. Good night to you. And Daniela, good night and welcome.
Hello, hello.
How you doing?
I'm good.
How was your day?
Not bad.
Not bad. Blessings, blessings. Yeah. All right. So we see Minister Joan is not here with us. She will probably join about 10 o'clock, she says. I know it's at Minister 10. Um,
Hmm.
so she called me up today, asked me to host tonight for her. So I'm here doing it. I had to come up with my own topic. So I come up with a topic tonight. I know you see it on
So,
the
what are we
board.
talking about tonight?
Well, what are the most uncomfortable or common things that you have discussed with your spouse?
Hmm.
Yes. What are
You
the most
spend a lot of money.
They spend money. Okay.
Mm.
The most uncomfortable thing that
Cheating.
cheating, infidelity in the marriage,
Hmm. Yeah.
mental abuse, physical abuse.
Talking to the spouse about?
Yeah. What is the most uncomfortable thing? A common thing that okay. The first thing, common
Yeah.
thing that you talk about, and the most uncomfortable thing to speak to your spouse about.
I said, definitely infidelity. Um, being how to express being abused when you're the one being abused
Yes. Mm-hmm.
as the victim of the abuse.
Right.
And what's the next one? Um,
She have mental health as another
mhm.
thing she said
Discussing
here.
your
How you discuss mental health? Yeah.
discussing your mental stability. Oh, body changes, like
Yes. In a
like
woman,
it's
especially
in
in
a
a woman.
woman.
Yeah.
Sexual drive. In a man, I think men is hard is more difficult to talk about because they don't want to admit that my sex drive has
Yeah. Has
declined,
dropped.
or
Yes.
or
Yes.
um
Yes.
or I've noticed
Mm.
changes. Women though, we may not want to talk about our physical changes, body changes as weight gain or spots that's developing, like age spots, and even having dryness during sexual activities, menopause. Um, what else? Financial. For a man, discussing the financial. Let's say they lose their job. I'm being honest and saying, like, it's hard for me to carry
Yeah.
the home
Yeah.
and be
Uh,
that financial breadwinner.
it is something that, and I know I am, and I'm one of the persons that is very open with everything in my relationship. I go ask my wife. I tell her every time, whatever anything that become an issue for me, I immediately go to her as my helpmate right away. Sex, money, everything, church, everything. Um, oh, they saying your volume is very low. I don't know what's happening to this.
My volume?
Yeah, the same volume. Let me see what's happening here. I can pump you up here a little bit. Go ahead. Let me
I can
hear.
hear myself echoing.
Yeah, I'm hearing you here. Definitely on that side. Okay. All right.
Is
Let
it
me know.
better?
Yeah, I want to know. I'm hearing you loud. I don't know if they're hearing you better out there. Now, let me see. Okay, go ahead. Let me hear. Tell me, guys, we're hearing her now better.
Can you guys hear me?
Let me see. Let me check. Let me do one more.
I cannot hear you now, Oh yes, you switched your mic. I can't hear you, John. Hmm?
I did turn off my mic.
Okay, okay.
Okay, now I'm back, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Okay, I'm checking this right here. Go ahead and talk.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me now? Yeah, I understand. I guess you can hear me because you're replying. I guess I could read lips. Okay. Is it still low?
Go ahead. Talk again.
Yes, I'm right here. Nothing?
Hi, good night. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
We hear you. We hear you here.
Okay. How's it
All right.
But
going?
you
Good,
can't hear
good.
me, John?
Yeah, I'm listening to hear you here. Hold on.
Okay. Althea, how are you?
Good. I know that you gave me a shout. I tried to call you back. Did you end up making it to Jean's birthday party?
Yes,
How was it? Must have
it
been
was
fun.
it was huge. It was a big deal, right? There was a lot of people.
Sure.
She had a great turnout.
How was the food? I'm sure it was the art of catering, wasn't it?
I didn't get to eat. We
Girl,
were too busy.
oh my gosh, you
Yeah.
must have did a lot of interviews then.
It was crowded and it was like
Wow.
yeah, so I got to interview her a little bit. I got one question from her answered.
Yeah.
Then yes,
Okay,
it
and
was
then how was the entertainment? Because they had that guy, Ravi. What was his name?
yeah, he's so
Playing
funny.
the
You know what's
guitar.
so funny? He played the sitar
Yes.
and so I watched the entire movie and then we got to meet him at the end and I got to walk out with him. He was walking to his hotel. We were talking. Like he's such a humble guy.
Where's he
Yes.
from?
And
Is he Canadian or is he from?
No, Trini. He's
Trini.
Oh,
Trinidadian.
really? You did?
And
I
he
didn't
told
even
me
think that.
he
Yeah.
came here because his wife is not feeling well, so he had to come. And he said,
Oh,
yeah, he's such a nice guy. Very nice, nice. And he and the other steel panist who was there, they're both older men, but still have the vigor with them and you
nice.
know.
It's good.
It was
They
just an
really like it.
amazing and it's so cool to see him and then he talked the movie was very detailed. He's very entertaining. He's really funny.
Oh, that's cool. Because, that's what makes the night even more fun, right?
Yes, there
And,
were two movies, but I
oh,
missed, I think two or three, but I missed the one and then I saw that and then I went back out to help John out.
okay. And
Yeah.
then, it's Jean's daughter's birthday too, Valerie. So
Yes,
it's
yes,
Valerie's so nice.
yes.
Really nice person.
Yeah, my friend met her a couple times and she and my friend they communicate.
Oh,
s-
that's nice. She's got
yeah.
amazing products. I haven't bought.
Yeah, I went to the place in Brampton, no, in Dan Mall where she has her
Oh, she has it. Where is it at the mall? Bramley City
you,
Center, is that?
not Bramley, not Brampton, my God, Mississauga. What that fancy mall?
Oh, okay, Mississauga. Square
That's
One?
not Square One, the other nice one.
I don't know. Arendelle? I don't
No. Oh my God.
know.
Everyone goes there. That bougie mall.
Oh,
Oh
okay,
my
maybe I don't go there then. I'd say if
Why
it's
can
not
I
Square
think
One,
of
I don't
that
know.
mall? It's
Oh,
it's
is
that
it
fancy mall.
the
It's right
outdoor?
off the
The
no,
outdoor.
it's right. No. Oh my God, what I can't think of it.
It's in Mississauga. Because
It's on the border of is it Dundas or something as you come up the highway. You go straight.
okay. I'm sorry, I don't know the name of it right off the top of my head.
Me either, but I know them all.
Okay.
I'm seeing them all in my face.
Geez, girl.
But yes, it was an experience. So I went there because she had like the black shop where they have all these companies that
Yeah, the
black vendors,
yeah.
yeah, that have shelves and stuff. So yes,
Oh, that's
she's
beautiful.
one of the partners. She's one of the partners there.
Yes. Okay. Well, that's beautiful. I love that. And so,
John, are you hearing us or you have us chit chatting? Well, we can hear you.
uh-oh, I heard a little chip.
I know. We still can't hear you. No. Can you hear him?
Okay. I don't know what happened.
Oh, okay.
Okay. You hear me now?
Yes.
Okay. So you guys go on the website and make a donation to get some new mics. That's a good commercial right there. All right.
Yes, yes.
Go make a donation. One mic costs $350 on good mics.
Okay, so
So-
John, did you send me a voicemail or something from Instagram today?
No. You
Was
got,
it
you got
last night?
voicemail from me?
John, you don't
Is
have
that
Instagram.
something that?
Yeah, Genesis running Instagram program. I don't
Oh,
do
Genesis.
Genesis
Okay,
do
maybe
Instagram.
she was okay.
She does the Instagram thing. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, she does the Instagram and TikTok. That's Genesis.
How is TikTok? I'm not even on there, but people are saying
Yeah.
it's a really good space.
Genesis does the TikTok thing. That's the young people social media thing that she does all of that. So I let her do that's her area of expertise. I don't touch that.
Oh, that's
so
great.
She do that. And
Daniela, are you on TikTok?
I have an account, but I posted probably one thing, but I don't have the time to do the audio video editing and all that fancy stuff.
yeah.
I don't even have
Yeah.
time to sleep.
So let's go back to the topic today.
Okay, I guess I could repeat because they couldn't hear me.
Okay. Yes. So, but just for Alethea's sake, the subject of discussion tonight is, what are the most common thing that you have discussed with your spouse, or what are the most uncomfortable thing to discuss with him or her? That's the topic for tonight. So Daniela was saying, and we have a few comments from the live. Disha Smith says abuse, infidelity, number of things. Like I lose the chat where she's making mention of all this stuff. A whole list of stuff she mentioned. And I said we're talking about infidelity here. Sex may be one of the things that is, if the sex is not good, and in case of men, erectile dysfunction become a part of the conversation. How would you tell your husband that you're not getting satisfied anymore? You don't get the 5 minutes anymore. Things are working right.
5 minutes.
Yeah. I don't know. You tell me. that too much? That's a lot. I not enough time.
Let's just don't bring up Missy Elliott.
What happened to Missy Elliott now?
The 1 minute man.
So 1 minute.
Show me what you got. I love that song.
All right, lady.
I didn't sing it.
I think I got her groove back. I think, yeah.
Where were you this weekend?
I didn't go to the concert. I should have went to the Missy concert. I missed it.
She look as though she be like Stella. I think
she's been out somewhere, as the young people say, we outside.
Yeah, I think she got her groove back this weekend.
Tell us about it.
I have a cast, people. I can't go far.
Well, what you can go to, you come to. What you can't go to will come to you, right?
Oh my gosh!
This is COVID. You could order it in.
I'm gonna have to do that.
Oh gosh, I know, right?
Hold on, I can't go far. So
please an order,
That's
but sex has become, and let me check, because more and more you listen to radio, there's a lot of ads for erectile dysfunction. Yeah. Men.
I'm shocked.
And the flip side of that, there's a lot of women who are going through menopause and does not feel to have sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's up?
And menopause could last for at least almost 10 years in a woman. Yes. And that could cause men to distance themselves or go outside of the marriage, because sometimes she don't feel like having sex, she don't want to have sex and stuff. And I do this research, and because we did a show on that not too long ago, and on menopause, and one of the things that come up, and men end up divorcing their wives because they feel that, you're always going to the girls, but you're saying you don't feel like having sex, you don't do that. And I need sex. I need that every day. I need that. So men now end up leaving the woman and go, not understanding the woman. body changes and stuff like that. And men do suffer from the same thing, but that is for another conversation, I'm not sure. But erectile dysfunction is a common thing now among men. And I'm saying if you're from Grenada, you're from Trinidad, and that happened to you, we have a fix for that. We have a patch for that.
Where's that?
Babande.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and now I'm hearing for young men under 35, they're using honey packs.
Yeah.
So
What's
it's
that?
pure raw honey, natural honey. Apparently it helps them.
Yeah, they say raw boiled eggs too helps restore that as well. Some of
Boiled
the
eggs? Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So
A lot of Africans eat boiled eggs. Like, you know what I mean? Like, have you ever seen it? They have this thing where it looks like a fried bake and then they put the egg in the middle. They call it
Yeah.
egg roll.
Okay.
I never seen that. And
Yeah.
which part of Africa though?
Nigerians, I see it with mostly.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
I don't know
that
what it's I don't know.
up the down, your camera cut off or something? I'm not seeing you
No,
anymore.
I'm trying
Oh, I
to
don't
fix
see
something
her.
on my phone.
Oh,
Oh, okay.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm
so
here
so
now.
so that is one of the things that and again I say women would know, and the women are in the know when the men are not satisfying them anymore. When there is the 1 minute you say
1
minutes
minute.
instead of the
Well, you said 5 minutes.
instead of 5 or 10 minutes, you come to 1 minute, you will know when you're not getting the full service. Yeah, you get right. So you just have self-service instead of getting full service, and so that women know. So it's a discussion that you have to have with your spouse. Yes, and it might be difficult to talk about it. So sometimes how men may receive it. Yes, but a man will know that he's not performing at full performance anymore. He will know that, right? And he should take necessary steps to correct that himself before. And once you recognize that happened to you, guys, don't be afraid to take necessary correction measures because you want to keep being of service to your wife, right? And don't be shy about it. Go fix it. Get it fixed. It could be fixed. So get it done. So that's one of the things that probably most uncomfortable to discuss in a marriage. And most people don't discuss sex. Even though they have sex, they don't discuss it.
But I don't think people do not even talk. A lot of people don't know how to. I think that's the number one. A lot of people don't know how to have sex.
How to communicate about sex also. The communication.
Yeah. But that's why they don't know how to.
Yeah.
So if you were already exposed to sex before, so I met you, you had a life, whatever. Now you having sex with me like you had sex with Mary Jane, Maria, whatever. And I'm not none of those women. So then now it's like you have to now have that conversation with him and saying, okay, I want you to touch me like this, touch me like that. And they may feel offended because you say, oh, you're trying to control. But it's like, no, I know how I want to be serviced. Tell me how you want to be serviced. And some men feel like, as you were saying, they think they know it all. And it makes it difficult for you now to be honest with them. So then sometimes you may just have to be like, the honesty it's like, how do you have that conversation without making them feel bad or inadequate?
That's a good question, because you would think if you've been in a long-term relationship that those conversations should be effortless, because in the beginning of the relationship, I don't know if that's one of the questions that people ask, because they could be hung up on what's your zodiac sign.
Oh my God, what's your favorite color?
Exactly. I keep on talking about this pop the balloon people. It's so hilarious. When I need entertainment, I watch that. But this is the thing, like when they're asking those pertinent questions, shouldn't that come up about sex and what is most important?
Yeah, but I think people more on the sophisticated side of the artificial relationship, I put it that way, right? They like the glitz and the glamour. The sex is, we'll discuss that when we get home. When we get together, we'll talk about the sex. Nobody do ask a man that up front. In what your sexual desire. They don't do that in those shows up front. But when you get with 4 eyes, sit down across the table from each other, you talk about this stuff. And that's why marriage counseling is so important. Pre-marriage, to have those kind of conversations raised in the premarital counseling. What your sexual preference as a woman, okay? What you want me to do to you? How do you want me to serve you best in bed? Do you want breakfast in bed? Do you like cowgirl? Do you want this? Do you like, you know what I mean? Roseful, you know, all this stuff, your sexual position, not the missionary thing, you know, or the side booty thing. You want the full, you know, service, right? And some women are very sexually active in sense of how they like to be positioned to have sex, right? And some men, they just the rabbit mentality kind of be. Yeah. Okay.
I'm so sorry, guys. I'm really
Yeah.
hungry.
All right.
Gosh, me too.
So-
I'm gonna go eat something in a minute. But
Okay.
okay, but this
so-
rabbit mentality, I really need to know what that means.
The bunny thing, you know, when you look at a rabbit and they
Like,
go 2 minutes, not
2
even 2
minutes.
minutes, 30 seconds, and they fall down on the back.
And they just fall
Uh,
asleep. And if you ever had sex with a man and you have sex
And
with him and then boom, you finish out, you just less than like the 1 minute and then you fall asleep.
I don't know about that, John.
That's
The animal kingdom is going on there. Like,
it's the quickies, and boom, and then it comes and he falls asleep by you in the bed next to you, and he has sex, boom, and he falls asleep. Real quick, fall asleep. Like, what you say? Mary J. Blige, you say? She said?
No,
Who?
Missy Elliott.
What, the 1 minute man then fall asleep. Yes?
But I think what it is, I think it's not the fact. I think it's the frequency of it that would cause frustration for the woman.
Yeah.
If it's something now that becomes a habit now. So then now she will feel, okay, you're not putting in time for me anymore. You're not, you know,
Yeah.
you just want to get yourself ready.
Mm.
And then now, what about me?
Right. A lot of times, men have sex and they ejaculate, and that's it. The woman's still wanting to be satisfied sexually. And he comes and he falls asleep, or he get up and go and get out something to drink, and she in the bed, what's wrong with this guy? You know? I'm still here waiting on this guy. I need to be filled, and he just walk out on me like that. I'm not satisfied. And she left all by herself to play with herself, to help her. You know what I'm saying? And he gone, you know, and sometimes he fall asleep, and she like, what's wrong with this guy? You know, especially a guy who play all big muscle and all kind of stuff, and then have this probably, you know, meet her, bring her home, bring this home, and I hear the conversation because I have these conversations, you know, because of this show. People will call me, will talk to me about these things, and then women, you know, and you find that a lot of men don't understand the functioning of a woman's body. They don't know, right? And for that reason, they don't know how to articulate themselves in bed with a woman. Like Daniel said, like how I want to be touched, where I want to be touched. And that's why a lot of, and I'm not promoting lesbianism, but women understand a woman's body more, where she could be touched and what she want, you know what I mean? The various points on body that she know a woman has the same sensitive part that need to be touched as well, right? Women have to teach the men that, and men must be able to receive that teaching to better satisfy their spouse. You see, and a man could find out by touching by himself, doing the Christopher Columbus thing, try to discover the land that is laying before him. You know what I mean? Try to touch. And because men do have sensitive spot too. If you touch a man, if he starts shaking like a leaf, you know that, hey, I got you.
But John, you're giving Christopher Columbus too much. Christopher Columbus didn't discover nothing.
No,
okay?
no, I understand that. I don't, but for conversation's sake, the discovery thing. Okay? Men have to learn to explore the woman's body. Okay? Explore.
I think that's the patience that a lot of men, okay,
You don't have
said
that.
and I think when you said it clear, it's like, as we say, if you're going in there with that intention, then obviously you're going in there just for yourself. So then you're going for that one night stand, and it's like, I need to hit it and quit it.
Yeah.
Kind of thing. Or you don't want, or some guys would go in there to leave an impression.
Yeah.
So they come in there to like, they're going all out.
But they're going all to bang. Not to I said watch me like if I come from space with that shot there. You know?
no, I appreciate the straightforwardness, because you know, I have a client that I'm thinking of in my mind right now.
Oh boy.
And you know,
a whole lot. Althea.
Well, she knows I'm going to talk about her, so it's okay. Well, I'm not going to tell you the name, but that was her concern because
Mm.
she felt that her partner at the time, and she was looking for a commitment for, marriage, but his thought process was a little bit different because his thing was, in order for me to know what I'm getting, I need to cross that threshold with you first
Mm.
before we talk about a long-term commitment.
Mm.
And, her concern was, following through, but then, what she was looking for some more feelings that were attached to it. And she was telling me that most of the literature out there, especially, these relationship gurus, because there's a lot of them popping up and they just happen to be men. And
Mm.
they're saying that men don't have that emotional connection
No.
when it
That's
comes
a
to
lie.
sex.
Mm.
That's not. I think, yeah, men can detach, but when it comes to, if a man truly love you, girl, there's no way he's not gonna be like every
Emotionally
guy that I
attached.
know, every single man that I know that's married,
Yeah.
they will tell you they knew literally the first less than a month. The first day they met the person, the second day they met the person, they just knew that was their wife. Whether or not the marriage didn't last,
Yeah.
but they knew for a
Emotional
fact.
emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Whatever it was, they knew. So he doesn't want her like that,
Mm.
unfortunately, because he's not gonna put all this stipulation in there. Oh, I need to taste it before, and I need to do this and all this,
Mm.
all these things. And then now, guess what she's doing? She's giving into him.
Yeah.
And what if he go in there, he don't like it? So now, what happened to her?
Yeah. Yeah.
mm,
I think I
what about-
think that's something that women have to be very careful about, right? Because a man is visual, he is attracted to the physical. Yeah. And say most men, right?
Mhm.
But if a man is attracted to your mind, if a man have that conversation with a woman, you realize that woman is intelligent, she's smart, she's clever, she's everything, that will be the most attractive thing for that man, right?
Mhm.
Because you're looking at a woman could be a helpmate, somebody who have foresight, they could see the future, they could dream with you, they could build with you, and you get attracted to that. Then you say, this is it, this is the person. But physical attraction only lasts so long. I could get way out, right? But what you want to do is to build, have a good rapport, communication with that person. Because before you marry that person, you might be having sex anywhere, all over the place. Yes? But conversation is one of the hardest things. Honest, serious conversation about the future is hardly held by
Mhm.
people. Right? So what you want to have happen is to have that future conversation. And I'm saying this from the point that I had that course I did before I got married in 1996.
Uh-huh.
We had a 3 months training program, 150 couples. Only 2 out of that session got married.
Wow.
The people start falling off like dry leaves in fall. You know what I mean? They didn't stay to it because the onion, so to speak, start unpeeling. And they start realizing, oh, no, that's not for me. This is not for me. This is not for me. And they try to do it. A lot of men and women just drop off. Either the man want to see, but the woman say, no, I don't do that. The man, no, I ain't doing that. And they get out of the program, right? The training program.
Okay.
Because some of the things questions asked is simple questions. It's like, where would you like to spend your retirement life? What you want to spend with how you want to spend Christmas with my mother, your mom, where the children going to school, who put on the garbage, how much time you want to have sex for the week and stuff like that. The finances, who control the finances? Are we going to have one bank account? All the little intricacies of marriage came up. And some people was not prepared for that. If your spouse gets sick, would you walk away from him? You walk away from her. How tolerant are you with your spouse making an error? All those little things came up, and people say, no, I'm out of here. Because some people want to dominate the whole thing. Who would give way to each other? Like it's a Catholic church, so the whole idea of submission came up, right? What are you going to submit to? And I think the priest was saying, you have to submit to both persons, one to another. And the Bible said that. And people make it a big thing that it seems as though the only woman have to submit. But there's a special kind of submission where the woman has to submit. right, is a spiritual submission, not a sexual one, just like that. It's not a financial one. It's more spiritual than anything. He says, submit unto your spouse as a husband as unto Christ. But he must know the word. He must be in the word. He must be that person that Christ like to you. And again, I said the kingdom rules is different from the world rules. Just to make a distinction between life outside the world of Christ and life in Christ, right? So there's laws that govern the kingdom, and whatever that outside people do what they want, or they want to come there. There's laws that govern that. So submission is on both sides. I must submit to my wife, and she have to submit to me. He says, sing songs and be merry, both of you together. Submit yourself one to another. In terms of sex, he said the only reason for abstaining from sex is when you get sick, right? Especially when you're in your period, or when a man is fasting, right? When you can get permission from your wife to fast. You cannot go and fast and your wife want to have sex. I say, honey, I will fast tomorrow, and she know that she can interrupt that moment, and then you come back together again, so that you will not be tempted. I can't, fasting shouldn't be for an extended period of time. If you're single, fine, you could fast for 40 days if you want. But if you're doing it when you're married, you have to make sure you get clearance from your wife or from your husband to go on this long period.
I never even knew that.
Yeah, it's in
that
the
you're
Bible.
just mentioning. No, I never knew that you should get clearance from your wife or your spouse.
1 Corinthians chapter 7, verse 10.
Okay.
Yeah, somewhere around there. 9 or 10, somewhere around there. Right? So
That's
you
good
have
to
to
know.
get clearance. And the fasting is not, people make fasting a big deal. In Matthew chapter 6, he explains how to fast. All right? It's when you're fasting, don't do like the hypocrites do. Disfigure their faces and all kinds of stuff to appear to men to be fasting. So when you're ready to fast, anoint your head with oil and wash your face. Simple as that. And you start praying. That's it, That's the instruction. There's no other instruction in the scripture that Jesus gave for fasting. So all of this stuff, people have to understand one another. That's why it's important when you are in a relationship, especially a Christian brother and sister, you must abide by the rules of engagement in scripture. So you don't have no problem. You know what your rules are, he knows what his rules are. And a matter of fact, he gives women the power to manage the household. That's the difference. I could be the CEO of the company, but not the manager of the office. And the woman is the manager of the office. She runs the operation in the house, not the man. The man's the head, yes, but she runs the operation. And that's where a lot of men get twisted. They want to run everything. You're not the manager. You're the leader. So there's a manager how to manage the affairs. And I think that's where we get tied up. I'm the man. Everything is me. I have to be, and then you lose everything because of your stupidity, So the uncomfortable thing to talk about in marriage, people get sidetracked. They see something else, they want to do something else. They don't want to talk about money. They don't want to talk about sex. And a lot of times people get married to women who have been around and have different partners, and you never had, or perhaps you have and she never had, and you want to force her into your sexual preferences that she's not comfortable with that as yet. So that causes a problem in marriage too, because one of the things that came up in the training program, how do I know what my wife would like to do sexually? And especially we have not been dating. We just meet each other, and she's a virgin, I'm a virgin, I'm not a virgin, she's a virgin. How do I get her to come around, right? And the guy was saying, well, you could talk about it, but you probably need a relationship counselor outside of that before, to get you prepared for it, because you can't just go and have sex with a woman who never had sex before, and it more like you just go because you had the experience and just go and tear her apart. She may never want to have sex with you again, and that might cause a problem, right? So you have to be tender, loving, and care to that woman who's a virgin, and the Bible talk about it. She might have trouble in the flesh. It's in Corinthians chapter 7. When you come onto your virgin, make sure that it's comfortable for her. So check out Corinthians chapter 7, guys. It's everything we're talking about here. And the church don't talk about it, but it's right in the Bible, right there. It's right there. We don't talk about it. We talk about tithing and paying money for the church. But the thing that will help keep a marriage together, I'm serious. The thing that will help keep the marriage together so the church will get more money. Because if the couple is working together, their sex is right, their finances is right, the communication is right, they'll be the most happiest couple. You know what I mean? And they'll work together to become more fruitful, financially, socially, in all areas of their life. They'll prosper. The Bible asks that they prosper and be in good health as your soul prosper. So if all that is coming together in one thing, there is no need to have the fact the church will benefit from it because the first church is in your house. Yes? So that's why it's important. He said for a man to be a leader for church, and he talked about especially men. And the onus is on us to manage our household well. And some of us we make mistakes. I mean, we have to admit that we make a mistake, take responsibility for our mistakes, right? And move on. Some of us don't. And I said before, some women married to dead men. They married to dead men. Men who have no dream and no vision. And the five brothers, I'm not beating up on you guys tonight, but that's the truth. A woman meet a man, you have a nice car, you have a nice suit, you have a nice job, but you have no vision. He has no dream. Ask him, where will you be 10 years from now? I don't know. You know?
You know, you mentioned that. I remember I was dating somebody
Mm.
and the relationship didn't work. And I was really sad. And in my sadness, God say, "You're crying for a man who have a mattress on the floor."
Wow. Oh, this is serious.
And I had to think
Mm.
that it was like God just spoke to. It was like I was sleeping. And I
Mm.
guess I went to bed, like, just sad, whatever. And literally the words were, "You crying." It's like I saw, the funny thing is he didn't have a mattress on the floor, but it was just saying that's the level where he's at.
Yeah. I got that.
Yeah. And he literally said, "You're crying for a man who has a mattress on the floor." That was the
Wow.
sentence. I'm telling you, never in my life has tears dry up fast. So
You didn't even need a napkin.
a napkin. I just woke up and it's like, huh? Boy,
Wow.
forget this nonsense.
Oh my
And
word.
it was like it was the most fun moment in my life where I start
Mm.
thinking because that person doesn't have vision. That person doesn't have he's not a leader.
Mm.
And I would be the one again, always gonna be in that masculine energy all the time.
And you want to be
And-
and you want to be in your feminine energy.
And
Right.
this is what is often misconstrued for women like me who has, I just want nice things, and I understand having nice things. I need money, so I need to work a little bit harder. But that doesn't mean to say I want a slave when I meet you, and I want you to feel like, oh, well, you know what, Daniela, you no, I want to put my legs up too. I want to be girly. I want to be soft. I want to be feminine. When I'm at work, I mean, I'm in power mode because I'm at work. I'm in the authority of people. So I have to act. It's an act for that 8 hours. But the minute I walk up from that door, I need to be soft and cute. And you need to allow me to be soft and cute and say, babes, come, give me your bag. Watch African movies when the man come home and the wife greets him at the door and she take the bag. Come and pick me up at work.
Yeah.
I don't always want to drive to work too.
Drive me to
I
work.
wanna be a passenger princess. Okay.
Ah.
So
A passenger.
Yeah.
So that is the second thing I learned for this week. I had a conversation with a lady today. This week coming up, we were driving, and she said something about a serial cheater. A man who's serial cheating,
Yeah.
You have more than one,
Mhm.
And I keep thinking that's a new terminology for men who cheat, a serial cheater.
No, it's an old one. You're late.
But for me, it's
Yeah.
it just arrived at my destination.
Yeah. So we have passenger princess.
Yeah, passenger princess is a new one. So okay, I got you.
Yeah. I want to be a passenger princess.
Wow.
But then it's just to say that I literally, those words like God say, he's crying for a man that has a mattress on the floor. And then all said was no vision, no ambition.
Wow.
What are you going after? You're going after something that would not lead to your vision and where you want to go. Then it's going to be conflict between you and that person. And guess what? Now I would have to either dim my light to make that person feel, and I always have to what's the thing, when you have to pull yourself down, to make him feel big. When I want someone who want me to be the brightest star I can be, and that doesn't intimidate him, As a matter of fact, he's more like, oh my God, that's my wife. That proud moment, right? So, girls, ladies, and gents, be careful. You have to be careful because marriage is the I think it's the number one biggest decision in your life.
Yeah, I mean, marriage, and after marriage is houses. You know what I mean? After that, you have this decisions, that life decision they have to make. And once you're married, you have to be careful who you're married to. It's a very
Yeah.
serious commitment.
Mhm.
Somebody could pull you down really, really, really flat on your back. You know, somebody could build you up or break you, or you know who you're
Yeah.
married to. That's why it's important to investigate people before you're married to them. You know, especially if you come from a foreign country, the foreign person. You know, find out what kind of father he had. If he grew up with a father, what kind of mother he had. What the family relationship, what the culture in that family is like. You know, before you get into the who's that crazy people, he's number 10. You know what I mean? And she's
Mhm.
number 10. You don't know. So to know
Mhm.
that, you have to find out, and it's simple. Don't have the conversation. You know,
Mhm.
if you get to meet the family, when you go, they don't go talking, go listening. What the action?
Mhm.
Because what's in the head is what they act out. How the
Mhm.
father talk to the mother? How the mother talk to the husband? How the children speak to the mother? How the parents
Mhm.
speak to the children? And you know what kind of person you get relation you get into. If they always like to be in other people's business in the house, you know that if you
Mhm.
come, you know, listen to the mother. If if you married to her son, she'll come over to your house and go in your pot and say, my son don't like this food. You know,
Mhm.
go taste in your pot and say, oh, you'll make that more spicy for my son. Your son not living with you anymore, but he never like your food, but he doesn't say nothing. That's what that's what you give him. You know what I mean? But here you are cooking a food for him that he really enjoy. Who tell mommy food wasn't the best? Mommy food might be good, but guess
Mhm.
what? He never really he can't say nothing. He live with mommy, so whatever mommy cook, he eat. But now he have
Mhm.
his wife could provide for her, so he can provide what he wants to eat for himself. So don't come
Mhm.
into the house and telling you the wife, oh, my son like that. That's how I cook my food for my son. The son probably don't want to tell mommy that I don't want your food, but I have to take it because that's where I live. You know,
Yeah.
it's free. You know what I mean? But now I'm paying for what I want. You know, I'm gonna decide how my food is cooked. You know, and that's the thing that so you have to pay attention to people. Do not just get married to somebody because you have a nice car, tall, dark, and handsome like me. You know what I mean? And you have to go and get married to somebody.
Did he just say like him? Yo, John just sneaked that in.
Yeah, but
Right.
see, sometimes that's all you need is just someone that looks great, you know? That's it.
See,
Okay, now
a trophy
celebrate
man,
yourself.
a trophy man. You know, somebody just walk with you. You know what I mean? Walk and talk with you, but you don't really, you're not really among too much, right?
Now,
Yeah.
my friend always says somebody that's walkable.
Okay. Someone got trophy
Ah,
girlfriend too. You know, somebody could take you to the dance. Somebody take you
mhm.
to the dinner. You know. So yeah, but the
Let me tell
reality of
you, I don't want to interrupt, but
mm,
you ever, I don't know about you, Althea, but you ever talking to someone and in your head you're thinking about we go out to an event and you come with me and I see you talking in the corner and in my head I'm thinking, what is this man saying? Because you
mm,
either embarrassing me. So in your mind you're like, oh my God, what is this person saying in the corner? So when you meet someone, I'm always thinking, okay, I go to a couple of events and I would want you to accompany me. But then
mm,
if you're there, how are you representing me?
right.
So if we're talking at home and you, you, no offense, your conversation is very low. You may be a shy person. That's fair. That's okay. But you
Mm,
really have no substance, nothing. It's very hard for me to now bring you around. And then you open your mouth and people probably say, but they're just thinking, who is this person? Who brought him here?
yeah,
Right?
yeah, yeah. Who's this child for? No, it's
So,
true. It's true.
no,
They want to know who this child for. You know what I mean? Like,
oh gosh.
yeah, you're right. You're right. You know, it's amazing. You know,
You know,
because
but
some.
that's a good question though, because, you know, um, I've heard this same sentiment when it comes to going to church
Mm,
with your
Mhm.
partner. So, do you expect your partner, and I can ask John and Daniela, because I have a different perspective where I don't want my partner to be with me everywhere I go. I like to have my own time and space, you know, to do some things. and then, you know, we could do some things together. But I'm just wondering, is that a prerequisite though, John, that your partner should be able to, you know, attend some of the things that you like to do? Like,
Well,
there's some times where I don't want to
okay.
go to something
Okay.
that might do I have to.
Well, I'm the person that I like to go to my wife. Okay. I like to go out with her, you know, and wherever I go, I don't want to be asking somebody. If I go to a place a dinner, for example, I want to be able to sit next to my wife and have a comfortable dinner conversation. Because when you go there, you put on a table with people that you don't know. It's a good opportunity to make new friends. But I want to start the conversation with my wife and introduce me and have a conversation. And she knows how to carry herself at the table. You know what I'm saying? Don't grab the crab leg with your hand and just break it and just like that. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? Someone who just taking napkin just while you hold taking napkin just you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've been with people that bring their own personal toothpick, and I'm like, what?
You know, the table manners, but again, the person who could assimilate, could fit in and have a conversation with the lady next door, you know, the thing about it, somebody, all depends on the dinner you're going to. So, you know, you're going to that dinner, your wife may not know these people and what you're going. You prep her, give her advance warning, you know, who the people are. So if she's wise enough, she'll do like a research on the people that will be in the event. You understand? So when she get there, she know about this person. She could have a conversation with that person and ask him, I know you're CEO of this company, how you get to that? You know, and you know, in the dinner and your wife and your children, and you know, she will read up on that person who's the maker. You never know if you'll come across that main person in the event, right? And he might want to ask you a question about yourself. So you should be able to reciprocate. Ask him question too. You know, introduce to his wife, you learn about his wife. I go ask your wife question, you sit at the table with her, have this kind of conversation. So you want to have somebody who knows what you know and know what they need to know when you get there, right? How to carry themselves. And I've been to situations where I see people being very uncomfortable. They don't want to go to that place with that person because I don't know what to say, you know. And I had this friendly wife say, "No, I'm going. You know, I don't know these people and them. Well, get to know them. You know, study them. You know, my wife is not shy to go nowhere with me. Okay. And if she start refusing to go, that means something wrong with me. I thought I was going to do that I had to do some self-evaluation. You know what I mean? Right. So she must first say, let's go to this dance, let's go to this dinner, right? She was okay, let's go. And she said she'll not go because we have this to do. I can understand that, right? There's a difference when I'm not going, you know, and you're not going and doing anything else and you're refusing to go. That's a different story altogether. But I think it's important to bring your spouse wherever you're going. Yeah?
Yeah,
except when there's a health issue or there's a child babysitting issue or something comes up where she had to be there and that other thing, you know, and it just happened to come up, fine. But I think it's important for men and women to bring their spouse along with them. Don't leave no room for nothing to happen. Don't expose yourself.
For me, I like I want you with me, but I also want my me time.
Yeah, but me time. When you say
like
what do you mean?
My me time, like I have certain things I like to do. So like say I want to go, like I say, okay, on a Friday, not a Friday, but a specific day, I want to go in the mall by myself. Let me just go, or I want to do, because I like, especially someone who's been single for so long, there's certain parts of me that make me where I am, and I don't want to completely lose that. But maybe when I meet the person I meet, they may not be as interesting to do alone anymore. So like I take myself for dinner regularly. That's like one of the things I like to do. But when I do that, it's kind of like just myself to remind myself, like, you know, instead of staying home, and I don't eat Caribbean food all the time. I'm a foodie. So there's times I just want something different. I want to eat. I work hard. I want to spoil myself. So I'll take myself out for dinner, like stuff like that. Then I want to spend time with my friends, where, you know, connect with girls, like-minded women like myself. So I could sort of have that experience. And then you go do something with your friends, your boys. So when we meet up, we kind of like can talk about, oh, what did you experience when you're not? At the same time, there's some events I think that is a given that you have to come with me. A wedding,
Yeah.
There's no way a wedding unless you travel or you're not here. A wedding, a christening, a family dinner is like there's all these other events that I shouldn't be asking you to come with me. It should be like we got invited to a wedding. You know what I mean? It's now it's a we. We got invited for a wedding. We got invited there. When you making plans, you include me in your plans. I include you in my plans. It's the same way like that's just I agree with John. Like what we did on Saturday, my husband has to be there with me. Like those
Yeah.
kind of thing. You
Right.
know, like these galas, this thing. It's I don't want to be single. And then it's like I don't want to be in a relationship and still feel single.
All right. That's it. Can't be single in a marriage. You know,
Yeah.
but some people are very single in their marriage. You know that, right?
Yes.
Some people are very
Yes.
single in their marriage. And, you know, when you look at, you know, and I'm saying this to say, right, that once you're married, you should never be a single person, right? The marriage the singleness will be one man, which means that our operation is a single operation. Yes? We should be doing things together as one. Should be one in Christ. Be one and you know, I ain't saying that single women that you're married, you shouldn't be hanging out with single women. I think when you're married, you should need space for singleness with other women in your space. Yeah. You have friends, yes, and men too. I don't have I'll tell you something. I don't have much men friends I go out with and hang out with. Right. For me, it is, and for years it's been like that. Okay. I come from work, I come back, I come straight home. Right. If I have to go out on a Saturday and there's an event I always say, honey, we have an event this Saturday, next Saturday, whatever. Right. And we get ready to go to it. Right. And you know, one of the things I love about going out with my wife is the preparation. You know, even though I'm going with her, she asks me which dress to put on. And no, she's not dressing for somebody else, not dressing for how I will look alongside her with that dress. You understand me? So when she goes, she knows she feels comfortable. My husband love what I have her. That make her feel comfortable and confident in herself. Right? Makeup. If she put on she makeup, start it off, I had to finish it off. I do the finishing touches on the makeup. You know, and if you see her Saturday, Daniela, you know, it's not you can't see she have a lot of makeup on her. It's look natural. It's not like all over the place. Just a simple.
Well, I wouldn't have you with makeup. When it comes to makeup, I do not. That is something
you want to do for yourself. Yeah.
Not even no. I'm saying not enough makeup and saying she look natural. Everybody makeup
is different.
For what is considered natural for you may not be natural for someone. So makeup is an art.
Yeah.
So we have to be very careful when we talk about makeup, especially in this sensitive culture. How makeup may feel for somebody.
Yeah, everybody have a different take. but trust me, Daniela, I could do it any style. Because my first one, she would put up.
John, you
doing
makeup that your wife like.
No. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Right? But so the person I'm going on with, right? Like, okay, for example, my first wife, she love more makeup than this wife I have. So if I show a picture of my first wife, she would just
she would tell you, no, don't do my makeup.
Right.
I'm good. So you would do something else for her.
Yeah, she do. No, I do both. I do both of them. We work both together. You know, we took the class together. You understand?
Okay.
So I understand. I do what they call artistry, right? And color draping, dressing for success. We do all of that together, right? So I still have the touch. I didn't lose it. You know, I still have it. So anybody come, I could help anybody, including you, Daniel.
No, you would not help me. Definitely not. No way.
I wouldn't mind if you did my makeup. I want to see how it's going to come out.
No, we okay.
That's okay by yourself.
I went to MAC one time, and I had a male who did
my makeup. Because there's makeup and then there's artistry and John is doing, I don't know.
Soft. Not loud.
That's not soft. There is soft. Anyways, let's move on.
Not loud. You may not like it, but that's what it is.
No, I'm just saying, not makeup is, I'm just saying, be careful when we talk about makeup on people because it's a very sensitive topic and we're talking about beauty. And a lot of people need makeup for other reasons.
Okay, so
So for us to say,
she
for
nothing
you
to
to
hide.
say, no, it has nothing to do with that. Some people have scars, some people have
Exactly.
insecurities with their skin, right? So then
Exactly.
I may need to add a 2-layer extra. Doesn't make me
Exactly.
any way less attractive than someone who doesn't wear makeup or criticizing
Yeah.
someone who
No,
wears
no, no,
makeup.
no,
That's
no.
what I'm
Look,
saying.
look, look at
Yeah.
criticizing people here. I say criticizing anybody.
Yeah.
I'm saying that everybody have different tastes. They have
Mhm.
different tastes of how they want to look. Right? And you say people have scars, they have imperfection that they want to cover up. Right? And some people just want a little bit just to, to blend in. They don't need a whole lot of blue and purple and all kinds of stuff like that. They just cool color.
And again, as you say, blue and all kind of color may be someone's taste.
That's what I'm
so
saying.
You can't say that.
No, that's what
I'm saying.
All I'm saying, some people just love that. That's what I'm saying. Some people love that, and that is fine for them. I'm not criticizing it. That's what they like. They feel confident in that shades. You know what I mean?
Listen, MAC is a billionaire company because of blue and gray.
Okay.
And pink. Rihanna is a billionaire because of makeup.
Yeah.
All right. So it's like we're talking about one of the most
the proof is
successful business in the world.
But
not
I mean like
not even Air make all that money.
I may not like Beyonce makeup either. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I mean, I like she makeup. I mean, I like Jennifer Lopez makeup. I like what's your name?
I don't know.
Hold on. She was in a movie Losing Isaiah, and she was a junkie in Jungle Fever. Halle Berry.
Yeah, I used to buy her lip gloss.
Yeah.
She had a line with Revlon.
Right.
And then it got discontinued, unfortunately. But the colors were fantastic.
Very nice. Yes. So you see, Daniela, I'll let you know what I'm talking about. Okay, moving on. Let's go. She said Joan said she can't get it live. Why they can't get it live? I don't know why. I sent a link to her.
Tell her probably she's looking on Gem FM.
Yeah, it's on John Kaiser on YouTube. So check his page. Let me try saying back, trying to her again and see. Yeah. So yeah, the uncomfortable things, uncomfortable truths to be spoken of.
What about the money part, John?
Yeah, money. A lot of people don't want to talk about money in marriage. And that's why, it is one of the 3 top things that causes people to divorce: money, sex, and communication. And if you're not communicating with your money, you have a problem. And financial abuse is another thing happening in marriage, right? Because the man may have more money and you say, look, I ain't getting no money to go do your hair. I don't get no money to do this. I ain't getting no money to do that. Everything controlled by him. He controls the money and he dictates how she rolls financially. And that's the financial abuse. You should not be using money as a tool to control anybody. I mean, use money as a tool to control a spouse. I heard a lady, what's her name? Well, she became a motivational speaker anyways. And she said the last time she ever asked a man for money, the last time she husband asked her why she want $10 to do. And she said from that day, she decided she's going to work for her own money. She's not going to sit at home anymore. She gone out looking for a job just for the $10. And she ended up a millionaire.
Well, see, this is the thing, and I know we talked a little bit about it last week, but maybe we might need to have a financial expert on just to talk about it. And John, I know you touch a bit on finances, but is there something that we need to be talking about in the beginning of the relationship? Because you can observe somebody's behavioral patterns over a certain amount of months. And there is literature out there that says 3 dates and then it should be something a little bit more substantiated. So is there a prerequisite? Is there a requirement of talking about when you should be talking about finances? Because you can tell by the way the person maintains themselves what their expenses are. And I always say, to some of the male clients that I have is it your responsibility for maintenance? Because there's some women that will say, I have my own maintenance budget. because hair, nails, you know, that's a separate budget than the primary finances. Because women are spending a lot. Like if you're going to be, you know, doing your corporate job, you might need to change your clothes 3 times a year. Then, you know, if you're in the corporate space, then your hair is gonna be done every week or every other week. You know, it adds up. So is that included in the budget, or do you find that women should have a separate budget for their personal
Well,
expense?
I'm a believer in planning together, budgeting together. So we know that doing my hair is cost $150 every 3 months. That should be, yeah, for the year, right? In the quarters, that money, that $100 should be in the budget. She don't come and ask you for it's there, all right? The makeup, you know, the makeup kit, your makeup kit. I need to go to the what do you call them again? I forgot the name now. The makeup artist, so to speak, right? The person doing makeup, you know, go and get your face done. This person gonna do it for you nicely. That should be in the budget. So then, you know, as the husband, you already factor into the budget, right? Clothing, you know that you have $500 for clothing, you know, for a month or for 6 months or for a quarter, you know, that $500 is there. So let's say $500 is there for clothing for me. You know, my hair costs $150 to do, or $200 for my extensions and blah, blah, blah to get it done. You know, that is factor in. How much time I change it for the year, twice or 3 times. I need to get a week. How much do I need to get? So all of these little things, people will factor in the budget. So you don't have to be asking, honey, can I get my hair done? Can I do that? You just take all the money. It's there for you. It's in the budget. Like the Ministry of Finance who had to, like, you know, the Ministry of Health, for example, know that by this Permanent Secretary knows that in the government budget for health, $10,000 is allocated for vaccines, right? So he knows, the chief medical officer knows right there, Ministry of Health need to purchase such and such, and it costs them that amount of money is factored in. So they're spending money. You know what I mean? If you buy it in quarters to make the spending money out, then that's what you do. But to withhold it because you're being vindictive, you want to be controlling, no, it's not right. Everybody, it should be a family affair where you budget right together and do it right. So you don't have to be, you know, controlling freak over somebody, because sometimes jealousy could cause somebody to control somebody financially too, right? Because they don't want them to look too good. They want them to go spending and then they look down, not up. To let them not look attractive to somebody else, and they control that. They don't want you to look too good because they want to keep you in a certain space. You know, I'm happy if my wife go out and looking good. I you know, it's a credit to me. You know what I mean? It's a credit to me. I feel good. You know, I don't understand why men want to not have the woman look good. You know, let she look good. Let she look good. You don't want her looking like a truck run over and drop on the side of the road and nobody get the license plate and you can't know who hit her. You know, you want to have her right there looking pretty, even though you're not there, she's representing you well. You know what I mean?
I think what it is, John, and Althea was saying it, is the budget that you saying that it's okay to talk about it, but if a guy meets you, and this is, we're talking modern now, right? That's just the reality. The guy will start calculating how much you look and can he fit that. So whether or not you bring in the money, you just feel like that is you just a little too high maintenance for me, because I may be making everything look too good for him to feel like he cannot climb that tree. So it's like, no matter what, she would always outdo him financially because she gonna want that. She wanna maintain that, because you're not getting married to go down. You're getting married to go up. So now he's maybe looking at it and saying, oh, well, you're calculating an average $1,000 every 2 months. That's an average cost of maintenance. So you're looking at $6,000 a year on beauty. And not every person wants to go through that. So yeah, you an open person. So it's like either the girl have to compromise and say, well, you know what? I need to cut something or be gone. Let me save myself. Not every person wants to even talk to someone who have the slightest who looks like that. Because in their mind, they're like, you're expensive. I had a guy stop me and ask me what perfume we're wearing. So I named the perfume. And the first thing he say, ooh, you're an expensive girl. Okay. And I'm thinking, do you know how much it took me to buy this perfume? I didn't even buy the perfume. I planned to buy the perfume. It wasn't something I bought off the bat. But as you in the beginning, immediately they go into that, and then they don't try to get to know you. So then
Right.
you already got X off already. It's like you then you'll have X, LT X, and then they go in and look for the girl who may seem very
Easy to
like
maintain.
quiet, simple, as the new word demure.
Yeah. Most men don't want challenges. You know, woman.
No, they don't.
They don't. And
So it's hard.
so let me tell you something, Daniel. Okay.
I'm so sorry, guys. I have to put my phone on thing because my
Yeah.
friend just called me. She just fell in the bathroom.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah. So
the
keep
thing-
talking.
The thing about it is, right? If you meet a girl, a woman that has her own thing that she like to be and like to have, right? That's where you as a man comes in and say, look, hon, I understand you like that, but if you like that so much, why not invest? Because you're spending $6,000 a year. No, you think about taking $3,000 and invest in the company that make the product you love, right? So over a 5-year period, your investment payoff, you might be getting sample more before you hit the market. You'll be getting from the same company. Okay. You like Nike shoes, $250 one. Take how much shoes Nike you'll buy for you? Two. Invest that money in Nike and see what's gonna happen. So you try to understand where she's at and try to educate her. Because you're the man that should be leading the pack, and she had to manage the pack, right? So you educate her along that line of how to invest that money so she'll get more out of it, right? Because sometimes we try to avoid something that will be better for you in the same breath. Because she could be a person that is who love nice things, and if you show her, redirect her thinking, not controlling her, redirect her thinking, invest in the thing that you like the most, in the company you like the most, right? And then it benefit not only her, but you. So there's no need to be fearful of a woman who is expensive. Because she may be expensive, love nice things, but she don't know how to invest. She don't know how to do those things. So that's where you comes in and try to educate, not control, educate. Because now she may have, she may be full of ideas that you could be a beneficiary of. So now she know. She have been trained in all different things, but she never have to work it. So now you're bringing out her gifting in that area now, right? So I think it is a win-win situation if a man understands her and he teach her what he knows and educate and say, hey, honey, I think that is really cool, but what about redirecting that money into an investment with the same thing, product? Buy part of the company. What can, $600 is a lot of money to spend. I said last week, most men go to the coffee shop and spend $20 a day, $100 a week, $5,000 a year, 5, 12, 60.
Yeah, but they don't have
$6,000 a
no
year.
problem with that. But then when it comes to Black women and their hair, that's the biggest discussion.
Yeah, I mean,
I find.
and let's tell you something about men and Black women here, right? Most men, right? They would prefer, even though they put all the thing on, they would go to a woman with a natural hair still. They would do that. They were still, the only BBL, men don't really care too much about that. They would pass that by and go to a natural woman 10 times over. Right? So most women dress, some of them, not even for men, they dress to compete with other women. I mean, you realize that women don't dress, most of them don't dress to impress you. They dress to dress their girlfriends. Yeah, I hear it. They say it. Getting a guy because how you look is a bonus. You know what I mean? But the real attraction here is to compete with the girlfriend, to shock out and look better than her. All right, and in the meantime, she get picked by the guy next door, right? But the main thing is you want to compete with the girlfriend. Not interesting for you. See how looking girl, tell you know that you dress or dress your girlfriends, all right? And then all will go there, and then next thing you know, she get picked up by the guy that, you know, that she,
Mhm.
yeah, the whole intent
Yeah.
is to do better for her.
And it's true, I've had so many women compliment me more about, the way that I present myself.
Yeah.
And Daniela, you were so right because I've had the same sentiment where someone would approach me and say, "You look like someone's already taking care of you or
Hmm.
you're being taken care of." And I'm like, well, what if you're just doing it for yourself because you value,
Mm.
those things? But
Right.
yeah, for someone to shy away because they think you look expensive, then
Mm.
yeah, I guess they've only put themselves in a certain category and they don't want to spend more than they have to. And I understand that in this day and age. Like if you're taking somebody out for dinner once or twice a week, that adds up. And then say your budget isn't reserved for dating, because I don't think people put money for budgeting for dating and for
No.
flirting.
Well, you know, a man spends an average of probably $400 on a good date. Yeah. I mean, most men who plan to go on a date, right? First of all, you gotta get your haircut, get your shoes, get your pants, get everything done, right? He put out a lot of money. Right? And most of the time he might be the one spending at the table. Right? So if you go to I girl want to go upstairs, go in the Sky Dome for dinner. Right? She want to go upscale and Avenue Road and what do you call street they call it? Avenue Road and below there, that Arnett, I think you call it. That street inside where all the millionaires go and dine. He might want to go, he might take her there to impress her, right? So for one night, he might spend at least $700. Easy, right? That doesn't include clothes. You know what I mean? And some high spenders, they do that. And so that is putting out to attract. Yeah. But if you're a simple guy, a wise guy, and a really clever woman who say, you know what? I don't want to spend to impress me right now with money. I want to impress me with your vision. I know what you're thinking, where you're going, what dreams you have. Because when I come into your life, I want to help you build something. Yeah. So those high valued women, right, and high functioning women will look at a man with a vision, where he's going. How can I tap into his vision and his dreams? Because I have it going on. I know where I'm going already. Is he equipped to go with me there? You understand? Because he could be broke as a church mouse and use a credit card to impress me, and then, you know what I mean? Afterwards, you don't have nothing to show. Right? So it's important to not take the high road early. Go slow financially.
Yes, and I think that that's important. But then if you are dating multiple people because you're just, collecting data until you make the decision, then those things might have to be at a minimum.
Yeah.
But then if you're doing it at a minimum, then there's that perception that you're not that invested.
Well, you know something. I'm a very particular person, right? Now let's suppose I start dating now, right? And I see a woman investing with me. I'm doing something. If okay, say I go to a date with you and you bring me a bottle, a drink, you bring me a flower, you bring me something. I see you as valuable to me. Okay? If anyone do that to me, that's a keeper. To me. I see someone who is very thoughtful, right? Who is accommodating, or one who interested in me that will do that. Right? If she's not interested, she won't do that. She's looking for from you than she pouring into you. Right? So that would be my attraction, not just a pretty face, but one who seems to be interested in you by investing in you very early. And I could tell a woman who is interested in you by what she do in the early stage. She ain't looking for to bring something to the table to dine. She brings something to the table to dine with you, right? And I think sometimes some men don't know how to receive that, and they lose good women like that, right? So we have to be very. I mean, the notion that you have to be the providing person in the first date, or one who comes to the table and bring you something, a gift, consider a treasured woman, a woman that is a well-functioning woman. a powerful woman that knows what she wants and sees what she wants and knows where she's going. She's not intimidated by what you have. She demonstrates, look, I'm an independent woman in the sense that when I say independent, not a controlling woman, a woman that say, look, you know what, I could help you too. I could be there for you too. She brings it, you know, it tells a lot about a person, the woman's personality and character right there. And if you listen to her conversation with you, you know that she has a lot to offer. And I tell to men all the time, listen to the woman you're dating. Listen to her. Don't try to be all man, I'm the man, let me talk. Go to the table and let's conversation. Be a listener. That's the key to communication. The more you listen, the more you learn about that person. Right? And if you got the person tone, different tone of voice when they're talking to you, you could know when the tone is romantic, when the tone is like business, the tone is cautioning, the tone is advising. You will get it from that sit-down conversation. But if you just want to do all the talking at the table, forget it. You lose the woman. She'll say that he talked too much and she gone. She don't have time for that. You don't listen. Women want men to listen to them. Because you know what I mean? Listen. Pay attention. Even though you know something already said, really? You kind of not trying to let's say pretend, but don't pretend to know everything at the table.
Yeah. There
Just-
should be some room for the exchange.
Yeah, just shut up and listen and plug in sometime. You know what I mean? Don't want to do all the talking. Let the talking be mutual, but you do a lot of listening.
Exactly.
And the same goes for the women too, you know. And table manners is not just about eating good food, but having good conversation.
Exactly. Yeah,
You
you
know?
should be able to have something to talk about.
Yes.
You know, even your day, maybe a show, something stimulating,
Mhm.
you know, to discuss. Like, you know, I think because we're Caribbean people, politics always comes up, or
All the
you
time.
know.
All the time.
But over here in the Canadian world, it's like two things they don't like to discuss is religion and politics. And I thought, guys, it's boring. I mean, you have an election going on right now and you have other things going on. And
I'm
imagine
the
a
opposite.
partner
I don't talk about politics. I don't care.
oh, okay.
I'm
'Cause
like, you talk
fine.
about politics, I drone out. I'm like, okay, where is this conversation going?
Okay, so
It's not, that's
for me,
not interest. Yeah, so it's like
okay.
because I don't really, what do I say? I'm on the fence. They all have their own motive, and I'm on borrowed time on this
But-
earth.
you know,
So with the
Okay,
borrowed
but
time
I
I'm
just
here, with the borrowed time I'm here, I'm just trying to do everything as legal as possible so I don't get caught
okay.
and
I
live
hear
my
you.
life.
I hear you.
So because it doesn't matter if I vote for Peter, I vote for Paul, whatever's gonna happen, still gonna happen. In the meantime, let me get my little 10% or whatever I can get out, enjoy my life, and that's me. So I cannot date if I date someone that's very political and have a lot of political views, we would make it. It would,
Okay. Well, for me, I would.
I'm very political. I'm
Yes,
apolitical.
I love
You know what I mean?
yeah,
I
that's very, you know that.
I study my politics left, right, and center.
that.
I'm game when it comes to politics. And hence the reason why the United States politics, though it interests me, it's very important to know who's going to be a leader. By the end of the day, even now, there are people, the electoral college know who's going to be president already. People just doesn't
That's
know.
my point. So what are we talking about? Something
So,
that's already been
exactly.
decided. So
They
that's
already
why I don't
decide-
have the time and the
Yeah.
energy for it. And they control the world.
Exactly.
Yeah, but it's also gives you a kind of a point of reference of how the
Yes.
person thinks and how they make decisions too.
For you, for
Because-
me,
Yeah.
no.
Oh,
But
okay.
hold on.
No.
Whatever, but Daniela, you have to be very careful with that. 'Cause whatever decision they make will affect you one way or the other. Politics affects
But that's my
everything that we
point.
do.
But it doesn't matter. Regardless of the decision, I'm paying more taxes. It's not going to stop for me from not paying
Well,
taxes. It doesn't
well-
stop me from cost of living increasing. It doesn't stop me dying. It doesn't. So for me, I'm just saying me personally, it's not something that I will make a decision. I'm more concerned with your belief of how you treat people as you as an individual,
Right.
who you are as a person. If you obviously the R word or those things are more concerning with me because I'm more connected with humanity than I like political shows and stuff like that. I like the whole drama behind it, the espionage and all that. That's interesting. But for me to have an actual conversation and you talking, I mean, we're talking about it, watching first, I don't even have a TV. So
Yeah,
I
I don't
don't
watch it either, but I hear what
I
you're
don't watch
saying.
TV. I don't watch the news. I haven't done this in so many years. And my life has been in a less stressful time because I'm not waking up with anxiety of who got killed today, who died today, how many votes that I don't know if who is voting whoever now. Those
Daniela.
things, John, I'm saying to you, that works for you.
No, 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 no,
What
no, no.
works for me,
I'm not saying it's
it
not working
doesn't
for
matter
me.
how much time you talk about it, it's not going to change my
No, no,
perspective.
you're not
Okay,
listening to what I'm
but
going to
then
say. You're
do
not listening
you
to what I'm going to say.
consider yourself a
You prejudge what I'm
liberal
going to say here.
person?
What I'm saying to you is
Conservative?
this. And I don't just want to.
I don't talk about politics, and guys, I'm in a nursing field. I cannot talk about politics now, number one.
Mm.
Secondly, I
No,
don't talk about it on the air, so I wouldn't answer that question. Sorry,
no.
Alfie.
Okay.
What I'm saying to you, Dan, it wasn't this what I'm going to say to you. You just jumped ahead. What I'm saying here is this, right? What you're saying about not having a TV in your house, right? I was trying to compliment what you're saying by saying the same thing, that if the news is bad enough, you must know. You would know. If something go wrong, you would know. Right? So you don't necessarily have a TV to hear the news. I remember there was a time in 1997 when I was fully engrossed in building my network business, right? I didn't have a television in my house. I had TV, I had TV, but not cable and nothing to watch anything. Because out of the house, from when I come from work, I'm gone out again. I come back 12 o'clock at night. I don't have time to watch TV. You know what I'm saying? So that wasn't my thing. So I understand what you're saying. I was trying to say, compliment what you're saying, and I'm trying to get you to listen to politics. I was saying that I was doing the same thing at one point. And even now, I don't watch TV. It's there. I come home even on some TV, there only, like, my wife will watch the news. I see the TV, and that's it. And there's nothing else. I don't even watch, I found information, I go and search it up for myself. Because the TV don't give you information, right? There's no real information that you need to survive the day with. Right? The news, everybody talking about this. But if you go on and do research for yourself, you get more information on for a thing. Like, for example, tonight, when Joan commented on me, she'll not be there. I had to come with a topic. You know what I mean? So I figured how and what to discuss tonight. So I had to be on my A game with that. So the thing about it is, politics is one thing, and I have my politics show on Saturday morning with my friends and them, right? We discuss politics there. And that's one part of what I'm doing. I'm versatile in those things. I could do church every time. You know what I mean? I love that. Religion. I could talk about that. I could talk economics. I know about that. I could talk about that as well. Relationship. I could talk about that. I know about that. So I do all my research on whatever topic I need to talk about. So in that space, I'm wronged in. I'm not shying out from any conversation. I had a conversation in a grouping, and somebody asked the question, what are some of the lies that you have been told growing up? And I said that the biggest lie that have been told to us is go to school, get a good education, get a good job, and become successful. But I realized that that's not true. You know what I mean? Because some of the people, the richest people, they haven't even finished college. They become millionaires, and the people who have the PhD working for them as well. You know what I mean? So think about that. It's a lie. You know what I mean? So that may be, but brother said he forced studying the Bible. I had to tell him no. He said, I get in defense. I said, I'm not in defense about religion. I'm not a religious person. I'm a spiritual person to begin with. I'm both spiritual and religious. So I don't submit to subscribe to religion per se. But if you ask me what church I go to, I'll say I go to that church. If I'm a Christian, I'll say yes, in bracket, because I'm a disciple before I become a Christian. You know what I'm saying? Because I understand the whole thing. When you talk about the white man giving the Bible, it's a lie. The white man ain't giving no Bible. The black man gives the white man the Bible, and he uses it against you. You know what I mean? So if you think yourself was the original person had slave first. It's right there. All the black kings talking about in the Bible, they had slave first. It wasn't the white man. They just copy what we did and do it better. You know what I mean? It's same. Some people read the Bible and they tell you, servant be submissive to your master, but they continue reading the part that say, servants, masters, be good to your servants. And only a man is a slave for 7 years. When he leaving, you have to pay him. You have to pay him up before he leaving. You can't leave empty-handed. You understand? And they know that. That's why they promise the 40 acres and a mule to the slave, but they never give them. It's written there. It's in scripture. You understand? But they don't do that. You understand? So everything that is in life is in the scripture. And the whole idea of the white man may give us the Bible, no. Yes, I understand one thing. In the very Bible, tell them they change the image of God into a corruptible man. It's written right there for them. It's there, you know. But they're not reading that part. They change the image of God into a corruptible man, which is Jesus, the white, blue-eyed man. It's right there, and they skip all over it. And they don't say, oh, he's a white man, the white man. In the Bible, talk about a black person. It's right there. So all this stuff on them, I don't, and if I meet ignorant people, I say ignorant, that's stupid, but people who don't understand the facts and don't read the facts and don't argue scripture with me, I don't do that to them. I leave them to their own device. Let them fall apart for themselves. One day the truth will catch up with them. You know what I mean? But my mission is to put the truth out there and put the truth. If you want to take it, you take it. You know, I tell the guy there's a difference between editing the scripture and authorizing it. So King James authorized, he didn't edit. He authorized it when he was done. When they compile it together, he authorized the version. And they call it King James version, he authorized it. And there's many other versions before that one. So I don't argue that with people. I do that to their own device. You on the road, Daniel? You driving? Oh.
Yeah,
Oh. So
my friend fell in the bathroom.
Oh, so you're going on. Oh, okay.
I hope she's all right.
And she's with her husband, and she's in severe pain. So I'm trying to go and meet them at the hospital. But go ahead, you guys talk. I'm listening.
Okay.
But you know, the whole thing about you know what, John? A lot of people that talk about politics, and no offense, majority of them are just repeating what they don't know. So they listen to snippets on the news and then highlights, and then they just talking like without any backup, without any history, without any knowledge. Like someone like you come back from history. You could break down from your time to now. You could give me, like, you could educate me. These people are not trying to talk to you to educate you.
No.
They're trying to talk to you to convince you and change you. So this is why I don't talk about it, because half of the time it's not intelligent conversation we're having.
Daniela, you know how much I walk away from people like that?
Because that's why I don't have to.
I've been at a restaurant one time, right? And this guy talking about me, I didn't even know he was talking about me. He just going off things that he heard people say about me. I ranted the whole political thing about it. And I eventually say, you know who I am? He said, no. I said, you just talk about me right there. He said, you the person? Yeah. And then one day I was like, oh, and somebody said, you John Kellis? I heard so about you. So before I asked him, should I duck or should I run? You know what I mean? Should I duck or should I run? Because I want to know what you know now, you know? Because all the people are always saying what they hear, but they never know what they know. You know what I mean?
No, you get me.
So that's your point. So I understand that. So sometimes I don't engage in conversation with people. I walk away from it because it don't make no sense. You know, it's like trying to feed a square peg in a round hole with some people. Just leave them alone. There's no more. You can't reshape nobody.
Althea, I was with someone for 9 years, and if I don't know nothing about politics, I think I was the most mute person, especially American politics, from the cabinet choosing, from the electives and the this and the that. Like, we had 4 TVs. They were on CNN every single day.
Wow.
Yeah, I've experienced stuff like that.
So if I tell you now,
a whole newsroom.
I knew every single person. I knew every anchor. I knew the time, the scheduling, the conversation. Wow. So I've been there.
That's like compulsive gambling, man.
He was a very, very educated person, very knowledgeable, and the conversation was very, very, very stimulating. But it wasn't me.
Right.
And so I was very patient, and there were times when I would go like, and he would say, "Oh, I realize I'm losing you." Because now we go to a level where give me 20 minutes, 30 minutes, snippets, and I'm good. But when you start an hour and 2 hours, and I'm like, okay, I don't know how to be saying, okay, can we change the conversation? And I wasn't that type of person where I'm just gonna be like, oh, you're talking nonsense. I would never do that. right? I would allow that person because that is their moment. That is they're sharing with me their knowledge. So I had to compromise, right? So so learn when I meet someone I'm not talking about.
Oh gosh.
But it wasn't a conversation. It was a lot like John, where John knows his history and that person knew the history. So I will give them that. So they had nothing to do with. But then after having so much intelligent conversation, and then I meet someone who's talking, and I'm like, you don't know nothing. You just take a headline from the news and you want to make it your own.
Yeah, a lot of people like that. I meet a lot of people like that, and I remember when I'm going to do my citizenship, and I didn't get the book. They know they always send a book for you. I didn't get my book.
Yeah.
And I went in there, and the guy said, "Have you read the book?" I said, "No." He said, "Where you go pass this thing?" I said, "Watch me." I came out. I get 19 questions right out of 20.
Good for you.
And all because you study politics of Canada, you communicate and I study politics of Canada. I studied everything, and so I was just able to answer the question that came. And it's funny thing, I walk in there and then right after and they walk in everything for you. They walk in a card for you right there and then and right there as I pass the thing and they go up to they call you up, they give you your card one time.
That was how long ago was that?
14 years ago.
They used to give you the card the same day. You
Same
sure?
day.
John?
Yeah, man. I have my wallet. Yeah, I get my card the same day.
Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you had to wait to get it.
No.
So what was the purpose of the sworn in?
Huh? No, it's
When you have to go.
No, it's
Yeah.
it's a different thing. You get
Oh.
a paper.
Okay.
You get the card. I want to go in Trinidad, In Trinidad, man. And I had to have a prayer card. I said, brother, I don't have. I'm a citizen now. This card is what works for me now. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I had my Grenadian passport. I was using my Grenadian passport at the time, and I had my Canadian citizenship card. So they want to check you before you go back to Canada, kind of stuff like that. Yeah. And in Trinidad, they give me trouble in Grenada, flying claws, nothing. In Trinidad, they want to hold me up and make all kind of stuff. So yeah, 2009 I got it. Yeah. September 9th. What? Yeah. September 2009. 10. Yeah. Wow. So that, I'm not hearing you. You're cut off. Daniela, your mic is on mute. Your mic is muted, Daniela. She's pantomiming.
Yeah, because she doesn't realize she's busy.
She's pantomiming. Yeah. So yeah, Alethea. So the conversation about what is uncomfortable to talk about and most common to talk about. You were married before. So what are some of the things you were uncomfortable about talking to your spouse about?
Well, I think the only thing was just, the direction of where things were going. Because I had a vision and I had a plan. And it's just discussing that idea and plan with that person and hoping that, well, it shouldn't even be a hope, but just knowing that they're equally yoked.
Yeah.
And they're looking along the same things that you do. Because at that time, I needed to be serious about investing and looking for a home, and the person just wasn't ready.
Well, when I get to know that who he was and I met him, I'm thinking like he's like oil and water don't mix.
Really? Okay.
Well, I need to know that person.
Well, I was just under that ideology that you should do what you can to make it work. If you're with that one person,
Okay.
be able to work with the person and build with them, like what you were saying, Daniela. But that person has to be willing to do that too, and they have to be ready and open for that. Because some people aren't.
But I think you see what your light years ahead. Because tell me when you're talking about you're married, that person, he wasn't ready. He wasn't ready for that yet. Because I know him, but I knew that was your husband.
Okay.
So when I
that was a problem. Everybody knows him, but they didn't know that he was married, and I'm like, this is crazy.
Yeah, and then when we talk about the car crashing, you know what I mean? I knew when the car crashed, but I didn't know your husband at the time, and that time he was way off his rockers anyways. You know what I mean? Like, no, I'm thinking like,
Yeah, the whole story was off.
yeah, I'm thinking like,
Yeah, he was seeing somebody else at that time.
yeah,
So
and all this craziness will go on there, you know. And
yeah,
I
'cause there's
I
two
didn't know
other
you was the
women.
one. You was the one in the mix with this thing.
Yeah, but there was two other women in the car,
Yeah.
and then his girlfriend was somewhere else. And
Yeah.
I'm like, what is going on here? All these people showed up that I had no idea about. They were all at the party.
Yeah,
Being
and then
like
like
me.
this girlfriend, that girlfriend, that.
Yeah.
Wow.
What the hell?
and the wife has no clue.
Well, isn't that always what happens?
Oh
Yeah.
my God. So yeah, so then I realized after, that's why, sometimes, I heard that they said, if all you know is what you know, you don't know nothing at all, right?
There you go.
Mhm.
Yeah. And so when I learned recently that was your husband, I'm thinking like, Alicia, that's your husband, like, yeah,
Really?
yeah.
Oh gosh.
He's
There is people that you know that don't not compatible. When you see
okay, really?
what?
Ah.
Because you see, let me tell you something, eh? There is this one thing I always say is to know, not just seeing the person and knowing the person, but sometimes you get to know the person, you have to be with the person, and then instead of make the full commitment to the person, you get to learn the person, and then you decide from the learning and the experiences each I should make that a lifetime commitment or not.
Mm.
Yeah, I wasn't
Right?
thinking like that. I was
Because
like,
at the end of the day, it will affect you one way or the other,
yeah, that's so true.
right? So that's why I always say marriage counseling is important, very important, because then you get to peel the onion open. I might have cry there first, and if you want to wipe your tears, or don't wipe your tears, or let the tears keep flowing, and you walk away with your wounds, and lick your wounds and walk away. Than getting into it, and then I keep licking wounds into it instead of enjoying, end up enduring. I want to enjoy, not endure. Yeah, a lot of times women find themselves enjoying instead of enjoying. I remember my brother, my sister's wedding, Christian wedding. Christian people are in the church, everybody, and the brother stand up and he tell my sister, "Don't just enjoy your wedding, your marriage. Enjoy your marriage. Yeah, make sure you enjoy it. Don't enjoy it." And he said that to the husband, "Don't enjoy your marriage. Enjoy your marriage." And I thought that was very powerful because at the end of the day, if you're just enjoying, again, one of the sisters said here on the chat, mental illness could develop out of an enjoying relationship. You want to have a clear mind, less confusion, because God is not out of confusion. You don't want to have no confusion. You want to have, don't say trouble wouldn't come. It shouldn't come from inside. It should come from outside, but you fight it. Why is it coming in? To attack you. So the more collective and together you are, you can fight the enemy that come into you, to your space, together. But if you have to wrestle with yourself all the time, with one another, you start hurting one another. I don't want to hurt one another. You want to team up to fight the enemy, not the enemy using you two guys to fight each other down. And one person kill the other one. I see a woman today, she run over her husband on a golf course. Say he doesn't spend enough time with her. So she got on the golf course, she over and she run him over. You know
Oh
what I
my
mean?
gosh, really?
Yeah.
Oh my God, because golf is where there's a lot of decisions made. So I'm like, what the?
Money decision making there.
Yeah.
You get new partner, forge new partnership on the golf course.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, she say he spent all the time on the golf course, she run him over with the
Oh
truck.
no, that's terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, but this is what women have to go through just to get some type of response from their men. Is they have to do some extreme things.
Yeah. And that's the danger,
Okay, I mean, I know we talked about a couple of things, but I find that this is very interesting about intimacy and asking for it. But I mean, shouldn't the man know a woman in certain sense? Because we talked about that earlier,
Yeah.
about knowing what pleases each other and having those discussions. But
Well,
what
yes.
about,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, well, that was my question. Like, when it comes to the quality time.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's quality time is something that you need to spend with each other. And it doesn't mean sit on the house. Quality time could be going for a walk. It could be taking a long drive, which I love to do. You know, what did leave the tree change the colors and stuff like that. You know, um,
Drive.
drive up north. Have a
Yeah.
good. Just sit on the car. Probably drop stop by, get an ice cream. You know what I mean? Get something, just leak on something going up, and then come back down and do it. You know, stop off if you mean sometimes. You know, you just say, okay, honey, let's take a drive to Niagara Falls. You spend the night and come back up the next morning. You know, and that's what freedom in relationship is. You know, you being intimate at all level. So I think what needs to happen in relationship is that couples need to talk, even after getting married. Don't stop. Don't stop dating. You know, always keep the fire burning. Keep the, when you go to a restaurant, right? And if you this industrial stove, you have a burner, you have a what do you call it, a pilot. All you do is just turn the knob a little bit and you flame. You have to keep that fire burning. That can't keep it that there. So when you turn up the heat, turn the knob, full blown fire again. So dating is like the pilot. You never turn it off. You keep dating. Keep the spark there, because intimacy is not just about having sex.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's about touching, talking, relating to stuff, sharing ideas, intimate moments with each other. And I think sometimes we lose that. You know? Yeah, we lose that kind of intimate moment. Before we get married, we talk. We go places. We have sex in the car. We kiss before we go. We get all kind of food, notes and all kind of stuff like that. You know what I mean? And then all of a sudden, when you get married now, you start wearing baggy pants, robe all day in the house, head tie up, and you know, you know what I mean?
I read that article. He's like, yeah, everything was great before we got married, and what happened? Everything's gone.
Yeah, and I think sometimes comes, and men sometimes say women gone, but men don't show interest, and they stop show the interest sometimes too. She's here, so she's always here. Never take a woman for granted. Never do that. Always show her you're still interested in her, so she'll maintain it. You understand? So she don't go into that mood because she want to. She don't feel interested anymore. You understand? Everything. I tell you, women are incubators. Okay, whatever you deliver, they will reproduce and give it back to you. They will double the portion that you give. So you have to be very mindful of what you give to a woman. She will double it and give it back to you. And I tell guys all the time, don't be the guy who being mean, because trust me, you wouldn't like the return. It could be very costly for you. Very costly. You want to make sure that whatever you do it to, when the duplication come, it coming back to you 100% in a good way, not a negative way. So intimacy is key, and it should be done, and why they block my song? Okay, I don't know why they did that. Yeah, so intimacy is always good to have. But all levels of intimacy, not just one. Yeah. All right, the time is now 11:27. We've been here for a long time. Wow. Minister Joan was
I enjoyed it.
Yeah. So, so the most uncomfortable thing to talk about and most common thing to talk about in a relationship, keep it open, keep it frank, keep it, clean. And know that whatever you do, right, it may or may not affect your spouse. So be mindful of that you want to be able to have a peaceful relationship. God is not the author of confusion. He don't like confusion. So for that cause, men must make the space comfortable for the spouse to be happy and enjoying you. Both ways, it should be done. Make your husband feel always interested in you as well. Don't take the icing off the cake. Keep it there so you could keep licking it. You know what I mean? Keep the icing as much as you can. If you're running low, replenish the icing. Because you just like, the person may just love to lick ice cream, the icing. You don't want to eat the cake yet. Leave the cherries on top. Refresh the cherries so you can still be excited about the cherries. Still eat the cherry one by one. Don't get stale, And guys, make her know that you're still interested in her, so she'll keep the cherries on top, And that's how you keep it going. Keep it going all the time. Don't let it fade in the dark. Don't let it ride off in the sunset and you can't see it anymore. Make sure you stay on the horizon to go and watch it. Keep it fresh, always fresh. You know what I mean? Out there, keep the relationship current, keep it fresh. Always keep it right before your very eyes. Don't let it die.
Yeah, and I think that's something that, okay, if we're not talking about certain topics, and we're going to have to come up with some other things to stimulate
Yeah.
the communication.
Get creative, man.
How was your day is fun,
Yeah.
but then, you want to get into a little bit more
Yeah.
conversation and ask questions. Don't be
Yeah.
afraid to ask questions. It's
At
okay.
all. Yeah.
If the
And-
person doesn't want to answer, or they become reactive, then
Yeah.
that's a red flag. So
Yeah.
you know how it's going to be if you have other issues that you need to discuss. So
Yeah.
you got to pay attention to that.
And another thing too, I mean, when you're in a relationship with somebody, it's also important to share, right, common interests. Yeah. If your husband likes baseball, don't be afraid to go to a baseball. Say, hey, I bought 2 tickets for baseball. I know you like to watch baseball. Let's go to the game tonight. You know what I mean? You like basketball. Take him. And sometimes we spend money that don't amount too much to us. So okay, the Yankees playing in Boston, right? Your husband like one evening say, hey honey, let's go Boston and watch the game. And they gone down to watch the game with him. He that is appreciation to him, right? And he could tell, wow, honey, you really want to do that? Yeah, I'm doing that for you. Let's go. And that's the way you do it, man. You keep the fire burning. All right, guys, the time is 11:31, and that's time for John to kill the chair to get to the rear and get out of here. It has been a plum pleasing pleasure as well as a privilege being here with you guys tonight. Thank you guys so much for coming on. For those of you listening on the radio, Radio Gardens, a pleasant good night to you all. Those of you on Facebook Live watching in, I say to you, thank you for sharing. Thank you for coming on. Thank you for caring. Thank you for being here. Yulian Alexander, Dishal Smith, who from the beginning being here. Thank you very much. Jenny, R. Isaac, hey, Pastor Roxanne, good night to you. Mary Ramsey, who dropped a note, she said, when you are married, there is no me time in our time. If you want to be together, keep it together.
Okay.
Share the love, share the interest. And this is so important because, and like Daniela was saying about, she want to be, yeah, but once you're married now, like Mary is saying here, it's your time, is both of your time together. Forget the girlfriends and the boyfriends, and the time is your time, 2 of your time.
Well, I just want to let her say that I usually hear that from women, that they reduce their interaction and engagement once they get married. I
Yeah.
don't hear men saying that. So, that's something that we have to be honest about. Like, why do women reduce their friendships when they
Yeah.
get in a partnership? But
Well,
you were just saying about doing things as a couple and being together.
yeah.
Sometimes it could be a little bit too much.
But everything that is, you see, when you're in that space, because when you're dating, you had real people who dating, they don't give space to their friends then. They don't. It's you and them alone.
Yeah.
But when they get married, they want to go back and have girlfriend time, boyfriend time. Why? Why?
Yeah.
Because when you're dating, hey, girlfriend, I don't have time for you. Me and Bob going out tomorrow. Me and Bob going there. Me and Bob going there. Da, 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 da. Right? And when you get married, now you want to have girlfriend time. You know what I mean? No, something is wrong.
Okay, I hear you if
Something
you
is
put it
wrong.
in that perspective. But,
Yeah.
when we're looking at having balance in our lives, it does include engaging and interacting in community
Yeah.
with other people. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, people do that. The people go out and have relationship out of that, and it's something that is not happening in the home front. It happen on the outside.
Okay.
You know, so you have to guard yourself against those things.
Okay, that's fair.
Yeah, you have to put up your wall of resistance. You
Well,
know?
yes, I think boundaries need to be clear. Yeah.
But but sometimes you try to avoid certain situations, and why is this happening? I don't know why it happened. It happened, Yeah, and say, "My goodness, I didn't see myself getting myself in that," and before you know it, you're all wrapped in hook, line and sinker.
Right.
Yeah. So again, life is what we make it. So I think it's important for people to have a balance in when they have their relationship.
I agree. Yeah.
Have a balance.
Absolutely.
You must have this balance to be able to live right, live together. It not always work out for everybody.
Yeah.
To each his own. But you have to be able to know when to hold and when to let go. Can you Rogers? You can't count your money when you sit at the table. The gambler, you gotta know.
Yeah.
Life is like that. Yeah. All right. So thank you very much, Alethea. Again, thank you so much. Next Tuesday night, we'll be back right here doing this thing all over again. Joan will be back and put her back in the chair of the hostess. All right.
Yeah.
So thank you guys so much. Again, have a blessed night, wonderful week. Those of you listening in, pleasant good night to you. Those of you on WhatsApp, those of you on YouTube, those of you on gemfm.ca. And GMFM, please guys, don't forget to make a donation to us. We really need that cash to help build and have better equipment to be able to broadcast better with much clarity and stuff. So go on the website, check out the e-transfer at gemfm.ca, genesismagazine.ca, at Rogers.com.
Okay.
But the new one is gemfm.ca. So that is go
Maybe
directly there.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
gemfm.ca.
She has a medication is on the small
On the
table.
table. Okay. It has Ziploc bag.
All right.
You have
Huh?
Ziploc
So-
bag there.
So all right. So again, thank you so much, guys. And Daniela, thank you again. And I wish your friend recovery, and I wish you all the best. God bless and reach up and come up and
Okay.
All
All right then.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, bye.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Blessings.
Have a good night.
All right. Blessings, guys. Okay.
You caught my eyes as you walked towards my pathway. I couldn't turn away. My eyes won't let me. I thought I was
dreaming.
but you stand right in my way. And all my eyes can see is you. If this is love, my dear, welcome to my world. And let us share the good times together. It's only one world. Let's share it together. 'Cause all my eyes can see is you, my dear. I don't know if the sun will shine tomorrow, but I know my eyes never let me down.
Yes, sir.
Tell me you're my future, and I believe my eyes. And I don't care if the sun don't shine anymore. If this is love, my dear, welcome to my world. And let us share the good times together. It's only one world. Let's share it together. 'Cause all my eyes can see is you, my dear. Na 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 na. Na 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 na. Na na na
you know, I think we all need to take an inventory of our love and our feelings when it's involved with that special lady or that special someone. When I say we all, I'm talking about all men. All the brothers of the world, the black brothers, the white brothers, the brown brothers, the red brothers. Because, you know, basically all women are the same. And we need to take in consideration that woman is God's greatest gift to man. And we need to take in consideration that 9 out of 10 times they will be and they will do anything that we want them to. You know, it doesn't take much beautiful flowers, a simple card that says, I love you. Somewhere in a day you say, baby, I need you. You know, that's why I'm so in love and so wrapped up in you, baby, because I can give you what God gave me. The only thing that I feel that I really own is the life that I live. And to you I give this life and my love. You know why? It's because the love I found in you, I feel this way. Never had a dream come true. Not until the day you came into my life and made it awful sweet. Girl, you did it all. You did it all for me. Live my life loving you, girl. All the rest of my life close to you, girl. No one but you, girl. Now, girl, you got my love, you've got my heart and soul. Forever, the greatest story ever told. How we loved each other. When the people talk, they will smile and say, we're the only ones who made it all the way. Hey, let me live my life loving you, babe.
Yes, let me live my life loving you. Barry White. Let me live my life loving you, babe. All right, ladies and gentlemen. And that's a public announcement. On this weekend, the 14th and 15th, the Grenada Day Cultural Association is hosting his All Down Fest. That's in Lawrence and Caledonia. That's Saturday the 14th. Saturday the 14th and 15th, the New Life Worship Center is hosting the annual conference, second annual conference. Starting at 1 p.m. to 6 p.m. That's Saturday, and 10 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Sunday. Theme is Come See. Come and see. Yes? Pastor Joy Jackson, the host pastor, and speaker, Minister Campbell. Yes? Will be in attendance. Not forgetting, the 21st of September, also the New Life Worship Center is hosting the 5th annual Culture Night. It's $20 to get in, and at that Culture Night, every country will have the local foods and culture and arts on display. So come on out and be part to represent and join in representing your country that you belongs to, and have fun. Eat food and drink some good Marby and ginger beer, and bust up shots, and tell me something. You walk in your containers, because I'm telling you, if you gotta get food from every table, you're gonna need an extra container. All right. It is happening. $20. Come on down. Not for a big event, our annual Red and White Affair dinner and award ceremony is taking place on the 30th of November. Get your tickets. It will be on Eventbrite, and you can contact me for tickets. If you live in States and want to come up, go Eventbrite. You can call me, say, John, I'm coming up, I need a ticket. And don't be afraid to come up. Come up to New York, to Toronto, and celebrate with us. And those who will be receiving the awards, come and celebrate with them as well. It will be a nice, cool night to be out and celebrate with us. Here at Gem FM, we are awarding persons who have made contributions in our communities. And the biggest award of the night will be the Lydia Callis Award of Excellence for Community Service. So that will be bestowed on 2 individuals. And you have the Entrepreneur of the Year, you have the Community Service Person of the Year, you have the Authors of the Year, and you have the Restaurant of the Year, and you have the Roots and Culture Award of the Year, and the Film and Production of the Year person. So all these awards will be given out on the night. You want to be there. It will be hosted by Renee. Yes, Renee Edwards. Yes, if for those of you who know Toronto well, she hosts the Jean Augustine Awards birthday celebration. Yes, that's a young lady. And also she'll be doing Gem FMs. And she did the Great Day Cultural Day too as well. So she will be the one hosting our dinner and award ceremony. So you want to be there for that. All right? So ladies and gentlemen, keep listening to Gem FM at www.gemfm.ca, and please help us, donate to us to buy some new cameras as well. My camera is broken. All right, we need camera, we need mics. So keep on donating, $20, $30, whatever you can. We take any kind of money. Money don't know no language. Okay, so whether in US, England, Canada, Grenada, $30 Grenadian is fine still. $10 Grenadian, $50 Grenadian money. West EC dollars, Barbados dollars, Jamaican, Guyanese money. Just donate it. All right, as it is. We accept it. All right, money knows no barrier. You make a lot of friends and you do all things. They say money answers all things, and we need answers. Yeah, so we talked to God about it already, but we need you to support. Yeah, whatever God tells you to sow, just sow it into Gem FM, man. We need it. All right, this is not church, this is a business, and we're asking for help to build up and to have better, to deliver better. All right, God bless you and make you a blessing.
Feeling very. How about you?
Have a good night, guys. Enjoy the music. Go on to www.gemfm.ca. I'll be talking a little bit, but enjoy the music. I'm out of here.
not so sure. She thought she'd done some living. Now she's just wondering what she's living for. Now she's feeling that there's something more. Is there life out there? So much she hasn't done. Is there life beyond her family and her home? She's done what she should. Should she do what she dares? She doesn't want to leave. She's just wondering, is there life out there? She's always lived for tomorrow. She's never learned how to live for today. Oh, she's dying to try something foolish, do something crazy, or just get away. Oh, something for herself for a change. Is there life out there? So much she hasn't done. Is there life beyond her family and her home? She's done what she should. Should she do what she dares? She doesn't want to leave. She's just wondering, is there life out there? There's a place in the sun that she's never been, where life is fair and time is a friend. But she do it the same as she did back then. Oh, she looks out her window, she wonders again. Is there life out there? So much she hasn't done. Is there life beyond her family and her home? She's done what she should. Should she do what she dares? She doesn't want to leave. She's just wondering, is there life out there? Oh, she doesn't want to leave. She's just wondering.
Poor slave, take the shackles off your body. Poor slave, put the shackles on your mind. Please listen to me carefully, and if I'm wrong, then correct me. But if I'm right, mine's not the praise. Now let us see if we agree. The definition of a slave means one's not free entirely. So a slave is still a slave if he can't think independently. Poor slave, take the chains off your body. Poor slave, put the chains on your mind. A tree is still a tree, though it shed its leaves when winter falls, but it blooms again in spring, 'cause it did not lose its roots at all. But a slave remains a slave without the knowledge of his roots until he's taught the facts, not just some, but all the truths. Hey, hey, hey. Poor slave, take the shackles off your body.
trees of green.
So wonderful that will be. Bye, guys. Have a blessed night, blessed morning. All right, blessings, blessings, blessings. I'm out of here for real this time. Enjoy yourself. Again, those of you in Toronto, Ola is back on Friday. She's been to Grenada. Again, we extend our sympathies to the Thomas family in Grenada, those in Hermitage. Again, to Ola, Thomas and family, we extend our sympathies to you and those who looking forward to the kitchen opening Friday again, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday brunch. All right, God bless you and make your blessing. Don't forget, check out Ola's Kitchen, 477 Oakwood Avenue. Let me pull this one up from the top. Louis Armstrong, what a wonderful world this would be.
I see trees of green. I see them blue for me and you. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. I see skies of blue, clouds of white, bright blessed days, dark sacred nights, and I think to myself, what a wonderful world. The colors of the rainbow, so pretty in the skies, also on the faces of people going by. I see friends shaking hands, saying, how do you do? They're really saying, I love you. I hear babies crying. I watch them grow. They'll learn much more than I'll ever know. And I think to myself, what a wonderful world. Yes, I think to myself, what a wonderful
universal sign of love. Love is the answer, my friend, and love is the only way. Yeah, true love we can find ourselves. I call her true identity, you know. Love your brother, love your sister, love one another, the universal sign. I take it from here.
Love is much more to life than just words. Love is much more than to say you love. Love is call on me, brother. Love is call on me, sister. When you love someone, love from the heart. 'Cause love is the start, yeah. Love is the answer for every question. Just ask yourself why. Love is the key. Open the door when they're closing your face. Love shows you the way when you are lost and can't find your way. Love is much more to life than just words. Love is much more than to say you love. have to share. Don't you forget that. I hope you hear. Send them a message to you out there. I hope you get it clear. Do not be stigmatized. Unmistakable sound. Whenever you see my face, always a smile, counteract and frown. Love is much more to life than just word. Love is much more than to say you love me. Call on me, brother. Love is. You better call on me, sister. Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Boy, 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 boy. No, no, no. No, 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 no. Love is.
Here I come again, Jaja. Before your presence we singing. Yeah, yeah. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You said I must love and feed my enemies, and I'm gonna do it. You said I shouldn't hate or grudge, and I won't, not even for a minute. Let only truth come from my lips. Bless our souls, cause without you we can't make it. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You're the wind beneath my wings, see me through all of the things. You lifted me when I was down, now you have me standing on higher ground. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. How excellent is thy name, deliver us from sin and shame. Out of the mountain, babe, and subtle in you have ordained strength. Oh, Jah, I'm depending on you. Oh, no other help I know. Oh, Jah, I'm depending on you. Oh, no other help I know. You're the only way. God be deep, with you I want to stay. Please don't go away, Lord. Lord, watch over shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. You said I must love and feed my enemies, and I'm gonna do it. You said I shouldn't hate or grudge, and I won't, not even for a minute. Let only truth come from my lips. Bless our souls, Lord, without you we can't make it. Lord, watch over our shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way watch over shoulders tonight and help us live our words tomorrow. Let's not forget where we're from, Father, show us the way to go. Lord, watch over shoulders tonight and help us live our words.
Mama, look at the mountain. Papa, look at the sea. Mama, look at the mountain. Papa, look at the sky. I'm going up there. I'm going up there. Who's coming with me? You know faith can move mountains. Honey, if you try. Look at the mountains. Papa, look at the sky. I'm going up there. I'm going up there. Who's coming with me? You know life is what you make it. I'm gonna make it good. But I'm not prepared to take it. No, 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 no. Faith can move mountains. Honey, if you try. Faith can move mountains. Baby, it's no lie. Mama, look at the mountains. Papa, look at the sea. Mama, look at the mountains. Look at the sky. I'm going up there. I'm going up there. Who's coming with me?
Mama, look at the mountain. Mama, look at the mountain. Mama, look at the mountain.
J Prince again, rock your lad. Master, you get me back in the boat again. I got this love to talk about. So sweet me off, scream it from the mouth. Let me sing, nobody can stop this fire, lad. Cause I need to be in your love. You are my one desire, lad. Cause I need to be in your love. Me say the devil can't test me, lad. You done bless me, so me not go scared of them. Me walk all of me enemy join the lad army, so me I go pray for them. You want me sing again, hey. Father, send your mercy, I'm calling. Cause your humble servant is falling. And I need you to keep me, hold me, wrap me up closely, all up inside your love. Father, there's no one like thee, you're the one and only. So shower down your blessings from above. You want me sing, nobody can stop this fire, lad. Cause I need to be in your love. You are my one desire, lad. Cause I need to be in your love. Me say the devil can't test me, lad. You done bless me, so me not go scared of them. Me walk all of me enemy join the lad army, so me I go pray for them. Cause you are the source of my life, and I'm thanking you. You paid the price. No one could compare to this feeling, and your grace is still amazing. Hey, I'm say so sweet the song that saved the wretch like me. I was blind in the middle of the dark, but now your boy can see. Oh Lord, you bought the sea to set the Israelites free. On the day of Pentecost, you bring down fire, and now that fire is on me. Lord, nobody can stop this fire, lad, cause I need to be in your love. You are my
me, so me not go scared of them. Hey, me want all of me enemy join the that army, so me I go pray for them. Hey, Lord, I'm preparing for your soon coming. Cause this body of mine needs some cleaning. And I need you to keep me, hold me, wrap me up closely, all up inside your love. Father, there's no one like thee, you're the one and only. So shower down your blessings from above. Nobody can stop this fire, Lord, cause I need to be in your love. You are my one desire, Lord, I need to be in your love. Me see the devil can't test me, Lord, you done bless me, so me never scared of them. Hey, me want all of me enemy join the land army, so me I go pray for them. And I'm a Christian crew, line up, God Masterpiece Production. Sign up, Khadija, where you there? Line up, Elisha, where you there? Line up, Q and Ramsey, line up. Now you wait, where you there? Line up. And if you know, say that your conscience free, everybody come on and sing with me. Nobody can stop this fire, Lord, cause I need to be in your love. You are my one desire, Lord, cause I need to be in your love. Me say the devil can't test me, Lord, you done bless me, so me not go scared of them. Hey, me want all of me enemy join the that army, so me I go pray for them. Yo, this is another song.
Mustafa, I want you to sit right over here. Sit right over here, Mustafa. Because I know as I do this material here, once you do it 3 times, it's yours, you know? So I want you to be close to me. I want you to look at someone on your right and left, shake their hands and say, I'm doing better than good and better than most. Let's do that right quick, please. All right. I'd like to talk with you this evening about being hungry. Somebody said, I'm hungry. It is something I like to share some ideas and thoughts with you. I'm not asking that you believe anything that I say. I'm not asking that you agree with me. I'm merely asking that you stand on and in the conversation that we'll share with you this evening. And if there's something that I say that can fit and work for you, I say use it. If not, discard it and let it be. Is that all right? Yeah. Say, that's fair enough. Very good. All right. One of the things I have realized, and many of us have, that if you want something out of life, if you want to change yourself, if you want to acquire something, if there's some goal that you want to reach, that is really not easy as some people will make us feel. That living your dream, changing your behaviors, overcoming negative habits, it's challenging. It's hard. That living alone is just very difficult. And once we begin to come to grips with the fact that living is difficult, life is very challenging. I heard a song once by a guy named Dimples called, If It Ain't One Thing, It's Another. I say to you, if it ain't one thing, it's 12 others. Always something. You will never, ever have a problem-free moment in life. Somebody said, and I like this, that you either in a problem or just left one or headed toward one. Anybody found that to be so? Raise your hand if you know what I'm talking about. I mean, there's always something. So how do we begin to nurture that hunger? What are the characteristics or the qualities of people that are hungry? What will it take for me to get some of the things that I want? And being hungry for those things. Number one, you've got to work on yourself. It's very important that you engage in an ongoing process to develop you. Spend more time on yourself than what you've been spending. It's very important. You owe that to yourself. I was reading a book by Og Mandino called The University of Success. Read one line, gave me a chill. I didn't have to read anything else in the book. He said, many of us never realize our greatness because we become sidetracked by secondary activity. We spread ourselves too thin, don't know how to say no, And we find ourselves doing all kinds of things and never ever have time to do those things that we need to do to work on ourselves. And then there goes a second, there goes another second, there goes another second, and we can't stop and hold time. And before you know it, you wake up one day and you're behind in your dreams and your bills. So decide that you're going to take some time to work on you, that you deserve that from yourself, that your life deserves some prime time, because you are creating your own production. As Michael Todd would say, you are the star of your show. You are the director. You're writing the script. And you will determine whether your life is a smash office hit or flop. You determine that. Working on yourself, talking to yourself. That's so very important. Overcoming the negative conversation, that inner dialogue that's going on all the time, even when you don't want it to be there. You can't stop yourself right now from thinking. You can't do it. It's going on. And so learning how to empower yourself, part of doing that is standing up to yourself. You've got to stand up inside yourself sometimes and say, shut up. You've got to do this. I was going to give a presentation, and this voice inside of me saying, you can't do this. You don't have everything it takes. Shut up. Yeah, I'm behind on my bills, and you're telling me what I can't do. I have got to do it. You get scared sometimes. Your mind will go blank on you. Some people you will allow to unnerve you, and you wonder, what's wrong with me? I'm not crazy. That's why you've got to learn to make a conscious, deliberate, determined effort to stand up inside yourself. Working on yourself, watching that inner dialogue, it will determine the quality of your life. I don't believe this. I know this. I've had a challenge of losing weight. I'm walking through the airport, this voice say, why don't you have some M&M peanuts? No! Well, just one. Then after you eat that, you might as well have a Snicker now, you sucker. I mean, it's challenging. My mother fixed the kind of sweet potato pie you can't eat with your shoes on. Have to take your shoes off so you can wiggle your toes. It sticks on my fingers. It says, eat it. One little bite won't hurt. That voice, constantly. Little demons from Colonel Sanders driving my car in there. I had to say, no, 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 no. I'll diet tomorrow. I saw a skinny man get hit by a truck. Had he had a little bit more weight, he might have lived, you know. Some of you know what I'm talking about. Raise your hand if you know that. That voice is awesome. So you have got to stand up to that voice. When you're working on something you want to achieve, you have got to stand up to that voice. You've got to sell yourself every day on your abilities, on what you're doing, on the goal that you want to reach. You've got to sell yourself every day, every day, every day. According to your level of belief, it will manifest itself in what you're doing. Whatever we have right now, whatever we're demonstrating in our lives, is a result of what we believe subconsciously that we deserve. And part of increasing that belief level is that you have got to convince yourself every day. You've got to sell yourself. I do a lot of training for many corporations, and I conduct sales seminars, and I've heard all kind of guys doing techniques and training people techniques of how to close sales and how to work with and begin to control the sale and how to ask for the close. Let me share something with you. You can learn all the techniques in the world. If you don't believe in yourself, it won't happen for you. I learned all of it. So that's why I do a training called Focus on the Seller. You've got to focus on you. And as you convince you, as you sell yourself every day, every day, every day, you will begin to see a difference in the things that you're doing. Selling yourself on your ability to perform a job, to achieve a certain objective, telling yourself every day, here I go again, and I got what it takes. This is my day, and nothing out here is going to stop me. And when you go out there in life, say, come over here. Say it again. Well, I'll be back tomorrow. That brings me to the next thing. It takes courage to act. Part of being hungry when you've been defeated, it takes courage to start over again. I used to do door-to-door sales, and I was working with another friend of mine, and door-to-door sales, I mean, it's punishing. It's cruel and unusual punishment. And I was a little boy knocking on the door. Hello, would you like to buy a nice working television set? No money down? No! Bam! They slammed the door in your face. And the friend of mine that was working with me, they slammed the door in his face, and I looked back, and he was going to the car. He said, I can't do this. And he sat down in the car, and he said, you go ahead, I'll be here when you get back. Now, he had a mother and father to take care of him. My mother was ill. I am adopted. I was hungry. I had to go on. I learned something about myself. That when you step into your fears, somebody said, it was Winston Churchill, he said that courage is going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm. When you step into your fears and continue to push yourself to go on, something happens for you. It will enable you to transcend yourself. I went to the next door. You like to buy a nice working television? No! Bam! Went to the next one. No! Bam! After a while, I no longer took it personal. And I began to play a game. I said, well, I know there's a yes out here somewhere, and I'm going to keep on until I find it. And I'm not going home until I do. And I continue to knock on doors. And then somebody eventually would say yes. And I said, are you sure? And I would go in there and I would get the sale. When you have something you want to do, if you don't develop the courage to do that which has been given you to do, and you spend a lot of time going around trying to convince other people or trying to get their approval, what will happen is that you will lose your nerve. And other people will convince you that what you're doing doesn't have any value, and you'll give up on your dream. It's an interesting thing about life, I've also found, that if you don't have the courage to act, sometimes and particularly, if you have something special to do, life will move on you. If it were not for life, I would still be a disc jockey. I didn't just leave voluntarily to go to the state legislature. I was fired. I was working on a job, and I came home one day. I was married at the time, and I told my former wife, I said, that guy Bert I work for is stupid. She said, if he's so stupid, why does he sign you a paycheck? Now, you see why I divorced her, right? I couldn't stand her. That night, I could not sleep well. Here was a guy that was controlling my life. I was going through all kinds of changes because this man controlled my paycheck. And it was Carlyle who said, truth crushed to earth shall rise again. Winston Churchill said, the truth is incontrovertible. Malice may attack it, ignorance may deride it, but at the end, there it is. And we know scripture that says, ye shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. And the truth that I had to come to grips with, that I wasn't in charge of my destiny. The truth was that I wasn't giving all that I had. The truth was that there are some things that I wanted to do, but I didn't have the courage to act on those things. And the truth was that Bert Childs was a blessing to me. He made life so miserable for me, I had to start looking at my life differently. I started going to work earlier. I started being the last one to leave there. I started working harder than anybody else. The other guys could not. Why would you work so hard, Les? I said, I'm not working for them. I have been cheating, Bert, I thought. I've been cheating myself and my family, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, do it with everything that you have. Develop the habit of giving more than what you're paid for. Develop the habit of setting standards that others will be measured by. Someone said, do not go where the path may lead, but go where there's no path and leave a trail. All right? It is easy to be negative today. It is easy to have low morale today. I was at a corporation and they're going through downsizing and going to lay off some 1,500 people over the next few weeks. It's very depressing there. And those people that stay there 9 times out of 10, they're just going to do just enough to keep from getting fired. Anybody can do that. But if you can begin to harness yourself and say that where I am, I'm going to do the best I can.
Now it's time to ease your mind, so hear me as I say, life's not always down, you see. Hey. If the sun refused to shine and all your skies are gray, just sing this simple melody. Yeah. I feel good, I know it. Come on. Don't hate me if I show it. The joy I feel on the inside will show up on the outside. Come on. The happiness in my life today, it won't be denied. Now I realize there will be days we will feel down and blue, but that's not gonna be today. Hey. If you take the time to pray for me, I'll pray for you, and we can lift our voice and say, yeah, yeah, yeah. Come on. Don't hate me if I show it. The joy I feel on the inside will show up on the outside. Come on. The happiness in my life today, it won't be denied. Sing it, come on. Don't hate me if I show it. The joy I feel on the inside will show up on the outside. That's where they go. The happiness meant for my life today, it won't be denied. Say, choose to feel love and peace is mine. Come on, promise to me, yeah, yeah. That's how it's gonna be. He set me free. Come on, say. I feel good. That I feel good, yeah. Join with me, it will be fine. Come on there, my hand go up. Come on, say you don't mind. Have a good time, and I feel good. Yeah. Come on, somebody say it. Come on, you don't mind. It will be fine.
My songs are not smiling songs.
We shall be all right. Yeah, yeah. Don't you cry. Don't you cry. Yeah. 'Cause Jah shall wash away all the tears from my eyes. In times when the storms and the tides are raging high, we know wash away all the tears from my eyes. In times when the storms and the tides are raging high, we know we shall win, and we know we'll survive. Yeah. Shall wash away all the tears. Yeah. We know we must win the fight. Ooh. When the wicked try come and eat upon thy flesh, we know that Jah, He is the best. Over trials and tribulations, because Jah shall wash away all the tears from my eyes. In times when the storms and the times